There we are. Hi, everyone. Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Hurrah.
We made it. Okay,
We made it to Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know what that means for you guys, but yeah, we made it to Wednesday.
Well, Wednesday is actually usually my stream day. It's Wott Wednesday.
Oh, well, that is... Oh, I forgot something.
Huh.
I just realized. I forgot something. We fixed it. Hey,
Hooray.
yo. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Hi, that is a start to a stream. No, I actually put you in my Twitch title, so people can
perfect.
actually see who you are and follow you. But
Truth Nuke.
oh my god, is that a what? Yes, it is.
It's been known to happen,
Yeah.
but not here.
But yes, hi everyone. Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the 13th episode of Hydrafixation.
Ooh, that's the lucky one.
Nah, that is a cursed one. You're the third. You're the third person having this number.
Oh no! What happened to the other two?
Either I was ill or the other person couldn't. But episode 13 was pushed 2 times until now.
Oh boy!
I'm disappointed it's not Friday. This would have been so funny on Friday. The next Friday, we have 3 Friday the 13th, by the way, this year. We had one in February, one in March, and the next one in November. It's a bit ridiculous, honestly. Unlucky number 30. Indeed. But hi, especially for the people who are new here, welcome to Hydrafixation. Hydrafixation is my little talk show where I invite a guest for them to talk about their special interest or hyperfixation. The disadvantage here, they only get 20 minutes of uninterrupted yapping time before me and you guys can ask questions, and we will see where this goes. And if you're now asking yourself, but Helia, why is it called Hydrafixation? Well, that's easy. You start with one topic and 10 others just pop up and you can't do anything about this. So I have no idea where we will actually end this time. But that being said, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I will. Oh, it's been a while since I've said this. Anyway, hi. For those of you who don't know, I am Wott, Deep Sea Delinquent, Spirit of Storms, and Overall Bastard. I stream, well, I'm going to start streaming again every Wednesday evenings for PST, which is Wott Wednesday. I am in so many different forms of hell, and today I'm going to talk about one of them.
We're talking about horse girls. It's horse girl hair. This is, interestingly enough, the one episode I basically asked for. I think it was on Hinkaru's episode.
It was.
Because I was said, someone has to explain Uma Musume to me. Because since this released, and I watched quite a few people play it, I do not get what's happening. Someone has to explain him it. And what basically just got forward was like, me, I can do it.
I think I said I volunteer as tribute.
Yes, pretty much. So yeah, that's why we're here. We're talking Honsa. Oh, by the way, I actually found a horse ear asset, but then I realized it moves every time I'm blinking, so I decided against it. But let me. No, it's just one ear. The other one is somewhere. Perfect.
I had one at some point too, but I don't know where I put it. So
incredible. Incredible. Also, it doesn't work anymore. That is in. Bye, ears. Bye. I tried.
I did gallop to the challenge. I did. Well, I was already sort of like deciding like, ooh, maybe I should approach them for a Hydrafixation. I could talk about something, but I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Like, I have so many fandoms, half of them I don't associate with anymore. And then you were like, someone needs to explain Uma Musume, and I'm like, oh, I'm normal about that. I'm not normal about
Every
that.
time I associate Wott and Hansa, I think of one clip he shared live, and
Was it my gotcha clip? I've been talking. The gotcha clip of me pulling one of the meta cards in this game always seems to show up when people have that like, oh, someone just raided me. Let me play a clip. So it's just me yelling at my chat, saying "fuck you guys" because I pulled a good card.
I think the funniest clip I ever saw, because I kind of felt that, was Gev's battle playing, and he pulled like one excellent card after the other. Chat was fucking exploding, and he was like, "Oh, that's good." That's how I feel about that game.
Oh my god, when Bettel pulled those cards, I was losing it. Though.
It's one of you sleep deprived, out of your mind, singing along to the winning song.
No!
Someone, please push that clip over to me.
I don't. Do I still have that? I kind of purged a bunch of recordings, but I might still have that. I can talk about why that clip happened afterwards, if I remember to talk about that, because.
I'm putting it on my list.
Okay, awesome.
Important. Also, Les, thank you for the 6T stream streak. 6T. Damn. That's a lot. That's a lot.
The combo.
It's ridiculous.
Am I fine with being called cute? Well, people do it. I don't agree, but I don't stop them.
What a mood. What a mood.
So if you want to be wrong, because I'm very cool and tough, I guess you can.
Very cool and tough. You all heard that. We will see how that ends after the next 20 minutes.
I have a weapon. I don't know if you knew this. I do have a weapon, and I'm not afraid to use it. But that's not the time. We're talking about horses.
Okay. But let me pull up the other fancy shit. I get a timer for 20 minutes.
Oh boy.
I will warn you at 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. If you're not finishing your presentation, well, that's on you.
Yeah, it's gonna be on me. I hope your chat is used to people talking fast, because I packed these slides too much.
I don't think I have one neurotypical person in my chat ever, so
awesome.
I think they'll
I didn't give you any neurotypical viewers for sure.
Okay. I know, I'm very, very sure there is not one neurotypical VTuber on this planet. Prove me wrong. I never met one where I'm like, no, you're neurotypical. By now, I also think there is not one completely neurotypical VTube watcher. Because why would you do that?
I'm sure there are some. It's none I interact with. I'm sure they're out there.
Quiet lurkers that never say a thing.
They're my white whale. We're searching.
One day we will find them. But let me also pull up your pretty presentation.
Yes.
Look, guys, look at this. Look at this. This is probably one of the funniest thing in 13 episodes of Hydrafixation is what banger aesthetic presentations people just sit down and do for this.
I made the slides pretty instead of practicing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I did a run through though, and it was 20 minutes, arguably.
I think the record is someone basically made it in half the time because they were sure they wouldn't make it and just left a lot of information out. Other than that, I think everyone made it.
Oh boy.
Or was stuck
Lucky
like
13, I might be the first one.
Or was stuck on the, I think I think Flapjack was stuck on the last one. Yeah. As a professional slides, yeah, but that's not how that works. Which one, Siege? Which aspect?
Well, yes.
This is
all of the above.
Yeah, maybe. But
we're all doomed.
I'm sitting down. I have pen and paper. I'm making notes. Because after those 20 minutes, after Wott had the option to breathe for a second, I will ask.
Drink water.
I will ask silly questions. You can ask silly questions, and then we'll see how that goes. My Delulu Trade is thinking I could run through any of my hyperfixations in 20 minutes. This is the energy I want for this format. I want people to be like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, rip to Icarus, but I'm different.
Where's my clip button?
Famous last words.
Yeah, it's gotta be really interesting.
I got a note for myself for one moment where I'm like, okay, once I reach this point, I need this much time. And if I don't reach that point, I will very audibly panic. Yeah.
Woo!
Yippee!
I see horse skirts and I love it. Well, perfect. I actually have my own clip button. I have a clip button under my desk. So I don't need my hands to make a clip. It's a banger.
That's clever. I should do that.
It saved me so much time.
I bet.
Well, are you ready?
Yep.
Good. I will count you in.
All right.
You got this. It can't be that bad. Well,
yeah.
That's it. Hydrafixation, episode 13 in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, let's talk Horse Girls. So, Uma Musume is a multimedia franchise by Psy Games. They are also popular for making things like Grand Blue Fantasy, Princess Connect, Shadowverse, etc., etc. So, because of it's a multimedia franchise, we've got multiple things. We got anime, we got manga, we've got games, we've got the gacha game, some weird party thing that no one cares about, don't worry about it, and more. The project was originally announced in 2016. The first season of the original anime was released in 2018. The gacha game was supposed to release alongside it, but it got delayed until 2021, and then as a lot of us know, the global version released to a lot of fanfare in 2025. Now, the reason this exists, and I know that's going to be a first initial question, is that horse racing is really big in Japan because it's one of the only legal forms of gambling. And speaking of only legal forms of gambling, gacha games are also big in Japan. So horse racing plus gacha, this shit prints money, it printed money, and it will continue to print money. Global has only helped that. So what is an Uma Musume? Quite simply, Uma is horse, Musume is like a young unmarried woman or daughter. Uma Musume means horse girl. And what Uma Musume are in the Uma Musume universe they are Japanese racehorses that have been anthropomorphized into anime schoolgirls who compete in races. The series takes place in a world that is very similar to the real-life world. There's only one key difference, which is that horses aren't real, and instead there are Uma Musume, or horse girls. Now, I know what you might be thinking as well, but what? Doesn't that have massive implications throughout the entirety of the world's history? And I've just got to tell you that you don't have to worry about it. This is not a franchise that is equipped to answer those questions. Look at this silly horse girl dancing. Does this look like a series that's equipped for these questions? No. Anyway, let's continue. So, the Uma Musume, when they want to become professional racers, they join these dedicated schools for pursuing being a professional racer. And the series takes place at one such academy known as Tracin Academy. You can see the director there. It's anime, it's normal. So in the game, you play as a trainer who comes to Tracin in order to scout the next big racer. Now, this is an academy. They're sort of like sports, like sports scholarship students. They've got to do their regular school stuff too. So they got to do that on top of race training, and they also have to do singing and dancing practice. Yeah, singing and dancing practice, I forgot to mention, they're also idols. If you did not know, I am pleased to announce that they are also idols, because after every race, they all sing and dance in a concert performance that is known as the Winning Live. And there are different songs that correspond to different major races, and their position in the race determines their position in the song, with first taking the center stage and getting the most lines. Yes, this does mean that the Umas do have to learn every position in the choreo and every line distribution for the songs. There's one character who like only practices the background ones because they don't think they're gonna win. It's another thing that goes on top of their already packed schedule, but they love it, so who cares? So, who are the Uma Musume exactly? And why do they have these names like Winning Ticket and Machikane Fukukitaru? And the reason for that is that every horse in the game that is playable and in the franchise is named after and inspired by a real-life Japanese racehorse that Cygames got the permission to use in their game. And the Uma's designs are based off of how the horse looked, what colors the jockeys wore when riding them, sort of their personality is based off of things that happened to them or just the general horse's demeanor. And every character's storyline is directly inspired by that real racehorse's career. And if there was a horse that's important to an Uma Musume's story, but they couldn't get the rights to that horse, sometimes they make up a horse, sometimes they just leave the horse unnamed. But otherwise, all of the horses in the game, all of the playable ones, are named after real-life racehorses. And just as some examples as to how these horses get translated into Uma Musume, you can see over here, if you know one character from Uma Musume, it's probably Goldship, and Goldship was a fucking menace, and that has been accurately translated. Here's some anime stand-ins that are mimicking famous pictures of him. We also have Tokai Teo. Tokai Teo was a very successful racehorse and was famous for doing this little trot known as the Teo step when getting into the starting gate, which you can see the Uma Musume also is doing. And this one's more of a niche pick, but I think it's really fucking cool. There's a whole story to this one. I can't get into it because I'm already packed for time. But here is Asian Flash's jockey bowing to the Emperor and Empress of Japan after winning the Autumn Tenno show. And as you can see, Asian Flash's race victory animation in the game is a bow to commemorate that. Now, these are all like sort of vague translations from horse to real life. We need to go a little bit deeper. So now you're all trapped and I get to gush about my Oshi King Halo. So before we talk about King Halo the Uma, let's talk about King Halo the horse. This is a slide I probably should have cut, but I refuse. Anyway, King Halo the horse had an insanely stacked pedigree and was very noted in the media for being this next big horse that had this insane pedigree. It also didn't help that the original jockey for King Halo also was the son of a renowned jockey himself, so there was a lot of expectations going into their racing career. Now, unfortunately for King Halo, is that he was born in what would be known as the golden generation, which were these insanely cracked fucking horses. So because of that, he ended up underperforming from expectations in this prestigious Triple Crown of Grade 1 races. Out of 18 participants in each race, he placed 2nd, 14th, and 5th. And he was eventually entered into a bunch of different races of differing lengths and showed promise in a bunch of different racing lengths, but he kept losing G1s. That was because King Halo the horse was very temperamental, he was very sensitive to weather changes, he didn't like racing on dirt because the dirt got in his face, and once again, he was racing against a very stacked cast in basically every race he entered. But eventually, on his 11th G1 race in the 2000 Takamatsu no Minakinen, he made an incredible late surge and he finished first. You can see here some quotes about his major win. There's the trainer crying at seeing the horse finally win. And this was the only G1 race that he actually won. But after retirement, he had a successful stud career and sired multiple future winners. And was the dam sire to Equinox, who was fucking cracked. Now that you know about King Halo the horse, we can talk about how that horse's story was translated into Uma Musume. So King Halo in Uma Musume is the daughter of a very successful former racer and fashion designer, and because of that, she has huge expectations placed onto her, and she is very noted in the media before she even debuts. Her mother becomes very unsupportive of her daughter's decision to race because she doesn't think that she's good enough or can handle the criticism from the media that she is certain to face. King Halo has a very outwardly haughty persona, very Ojo-sama, doing the oh-ho-ho type laugh and claiming to be a first-rate racer. She has her own fan club at the Academy. They do a self-introduction chant for her. It's fucking hilarious. Now, every character has a storyline where the trainer ends up scouting them. And in her storyline, you're explicitly this rookie trainer that she initially turns down because she desires a first-rate trainer to go along with herself. And she's so extremely picky and rejects every trainer's offer. And because of that personality, and because she starts performing in scrimmages and she is lacking in comparison to her peers, the other trainers turn away from her. Now, you end up having conversations with her where you sort of learn about her relationship with her mother, her relationship to her expectations, and you realize that her pride isn't her weakness, but is her strength. She is very tenacious, and she knows she's not the best, but she knows she has to act like the best and will be the best because of that. And to get her to accept your offer, you announce in front of everyone that you are a first-rate trainer and you are there to scout her. I have some lines that I think are really good on the side here. I'm not going to read them because, once again, time, but I love King Halo's story. She's incredible. Stan King Halo. Oshiran is now concluded. Let's actually talk about what the game of Uma Musume actually is. So now, disclaimer, I am not a theory crafter for Uma Musume. I'm not highly accomplished in PvPing. I'm just neurodivergent as fuck. Here are some channels that I think are really fucking good for learning about the ins and outs of Uma Musume. And there's even deeper knowledge than these videos will show you. If I get something wrong, no, I didn't. Oh, also Game Tora. Game Tora is very good for finding out Uma Musume information. Now, Uma Musume, if you did not know, it's basically a roguelite. And you go through a schedule that follows the first 3 years of an Uma's racing career, and you raise their stats in various trainings. You can enter races, and there are certain moments where you have to enter a race that is a career goal for that Uma because they ran it in real life, and you have to achieve a certain placing in order to continue the run. Now, after you complete a career, the veteran Uma can then be either entered into various PvP modes, or you can use it as a legacy Uma Musume or parent, because it's meant to mimic like horse pedigree, to improve future runs. You get stats, you get skills, you run the races. Let's go gambling. So how deep does it go? This is like baby shit. This is baby shit. I'm constantly suffering. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go over some of the basics of sweating. So every different character has different stats. They start with different stats. They have bonuses to particular growths. They have different aptitudes for certain lengths and running styles that are based off of the real horses. You have different skills that you can obtain during the career, and each Uma also has a unique skill that plays a special animation, is particularly powerful. It's their ultimate ability. And even though certain trainees have stronger innate benefits to others, there is a meta to this game, and also some Umas are going to be harder to put onto certain race courses than others. Because of the legacy system, in order to give your Umas the talents from your previous runs, you can make everyone at least somewhat viable if you're brave enough, have enough time, and have enough sanity. So here's a really quick rundown of the 5 stats in Uma Musume. Speed, it's your top speed. It's a race. It's the important one.
Oh, by the way, 8 minutes. I was so into I forgot the time. 8 minutes.
Don't worry. Stamina is your HP. You're going to need more of it the longer the race goes on. Power is going to be your acceleration stat and also how fast you can switch lanes so you don't get blocked. Guts is sort of the luxury stat. It's definitely the worst stat, but it does affect a bunch of tie-breaking mechanics. And then Wit is going to help you with consistency because it activates skills more efficiently. It helps you with positioning. It prevents rushed, which is going to drain even more of your stamina. There's the TLDR. You want enough stamina, you want to max your speed, and then the rest is vibes. Now, there's a bunch of different skills that you can get as well. Most importantly, you've got your speed skills, your acceleration skills, and your recovery skills. And the skills have different conditions where they can activate whether it's in certain positions, say, oh, this skill only activates when you're in first to second, or this skill only activates when you're in from fourth to sixth in the mid game. And because of that, you want skills that are going to activate as often as possible and in places that are as useful as possible. So some skills will go up and down in value depending on the racetrack. For instance, if you have a recovery skill that activates on a straight line in the race, but there was only one straight line where that recovery would be useful and like 4 straight lines where it would be dog shit, you don't want to take that skill for that race. I have a timeline of the basics of the race, or a standard race in Uma Musume on the bottom here. You can see little lines that represent the early race, the mid race, and the late race. The basics are you want speed skills in the mid race in order to keep you up with the pack. This is also when you want your recoveries to go off, because if your recovery procs too early, then you're going to not get the full value because the Uma hasn't used enough stamina yet. And if it recovers too late, it doesn't matter. And the most important thing for building an Uma is that you want an acceleration to proc from middle to late race as much as possible, because that is when the Umas are going to go from sort of playing with the pack and sort of keeping their position to, once they hit late race, they want to surge to first place and fucking win the race. So you want to get to that top speed as fast as fucking possible. So because of that, here's a quick example of a skill that is useful on one track and not useful on another. So this is Maruzensky's unique skill, and it's going to activate when positioned toward the front, which she should be, she's a front runner, on the final corner. So once the final corner hits, you want this skill to proc. I'm just going to give you a few seconds here to see which course is going to be good for this unique, which course is going to be bad for this unique. If you need a hint, here's a hint. Okay, time's up, pencils down. Yes, it's going to be really good on that left track because that's right when the late race starts. It's going to be fucking awful on that track on the right because you're still going to be in mid race, and by that point, everyone's already at their top speed. All right, so enough about the game. Let's talk about gambling. It's standard gacha gambling. There's 2 banners. Trainees, get horse, support cards to make horse strong. You've got your standard gacha game color coding. Awesome. And yeah, it's pretty typical. Sorry, I made this slide with like hatred, and it was late. We don't have to read this slide. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Champions Meeting. This is what everything is building up towards. This is the PvP mode of Uma Musume, where they announce a race course and the conditions of the race, and you get to train 3 trainees and enter them in a bunch of different races against other players. There are 2 qualifying rounds of multiple races, and that leads up to a 1 race final round where winner takes all. And you get some currency and stuff, but you're doing it for the satisfaction, to put it bluntly. Like, you get rewards, but you want to win because you want to fucking win. Anyway, speaking of Champions Meeting, this is not a request, but it is a demand. If you only listen to one song from Uma Musume, I want it to be Miss Victoria. It's not on global yet, but it is the theme song of Champions Meeting, and it's the winning live that happens when you win in Champions Meeting. Every single Uma has vocals for this song because of that, and it is so powerful. It feels so triumphant. It might be my favorite song in Uma Musume, and it's so fucking cool. I can't wait for it to hit global. Now, just really quick at the end here, there are some things that drive people away from Uma, and I think they're important to talk about. The game is RNG on RNG and RNG. You have to do gacha to get trainees, you need to get cards, you need RNG during the runs in order to actually build a good horse, and then once you enter them in these Champions Meet races, whether they win or not is ultimately dependent on RNG, and it does suck sometimes. It really does suck. I lost the first 9 Champions Meets I did, and some of them were definitely because I didn't train enough. Some of them I felt robbed, and some of them were losing to a lot of meta picks and a lot of whales who have the strongest cards and all the strongest things. And even though any horse can win any race, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Even worse, most recent Champions Meet was a dirt track, true to the real horse. King Halo cannot run dirt without heavy help from the inspirations. I just didn't have time to build her, which I do kind of regret. And Uma Musume is a gacha game, and to put it bluntly, like, I get it. Gacha games are sort of a plague on the gaming industry in some senses because they are designed to suck away your time and suck away your money. And it's tough. It's tough. But I do want to bring up some very important things from Uma Musume and its impact, which is that it has done really good things for the horse racing scene in Japan. There have been multiple charities that have seen an uptake in donations because of it's either for these horses that are represented in the game or were inspired by the horses in the game. Obviously, the Umas have to get permission from the horse owners to be used, so the horse owners are on board. The jockeys love it. There's one of the jockeys with the horse that he rode's Uma Musume counterpart. And on sort of a more personal note, I just really think this game is fun, and no matter how tough it is to fight the meta, to fight every Christmas ogre and gold ship, I still want to win with my faves, and I won't let, any losses stop me. I would be a hypocrite for running King Halo and doing so. And even though I am not a highly accomplished PvPer, I'm not a theory crafter, I don't know everything there is to the game. Last minute! There is one thing that I know that I am, and that's a first-rate trainer. And guess what? I fucking won the Dirt CM. I fucking won that Dirt CM. I only did 20 runs, and I fucking won it. So now I just gotta get a win with King Halo. That's the end.
Damn.
Thank you very much.
40 seconds left. Impressive. Ooh. Damn. So hi everyone who came in the middle. I saw you guys. Hi. Welcome.
Hi, everyone who came in. Sorry, I was busy losing my mind.
Yeah. Okay. Take a sip of water. How about?
I'm drinking my sparkling ice Starburst.
That's almost water. I think I can accept that.
Yeah, it says on the container that it's a water-based beverage.
Isn't every beverage water-based?
Well, yeah, but they put it on the label.
So it has to be true, because labels would never lie to us.
Absolutely. It's because they can't technically call it sparkling water, because it's not.
He can't sip the water, he is the water. That is a good point, actually. I accept that.
That is also
true. Oh! Okay.
Echo's bringing up something I put in a cut slide.
Yeah. First of all, retcon the interstate. Huh?
Yeah. So actually, I did put some of my cut slides near the end here.
Oh, nice. Sure.
So yeah. At one point in Uma Musume, they accidentally implied the Irish monarchy still existed, and that was the one other major difference between our world and the Uma world, because they made Fine Motion, who was written as this Irish princess. And
sure,
only recently they retconned it. Now I don't really know what she is. I think she's descended from royalty and some important political figure, but she's not explicitly an Irish princess anymore.
Decisions were made. But before I ask questions, can you yes. go back to that one slide you kind of rushed over?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you want me to do a reading of it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh my god, if you want the Uma that badly, please save up 200 pulls for the guarantee. I say this for your own health, Jesus Christ. Every time I see people do a quirky little 10 pull or 3 on a banner that they don't actually care about, only to see them not get the character that they really wanted a couple months later, it tears my soul asunder. This isn't just Uma advice, this is a desperate plea from a gacha game veteran. The gacha rates in Uma Musume are not bad or a scam compared to any other gacha, but you do need to have an ounce of self-control. And I know it's hard. The game makes it hard. so they can make money. They toss shiny new things into your retinas that make you clap and cheer like trained monkeys. Do you want to be a trained monkey for a corporation? No? Then save enough pulse so you don't crash out. You don't have to be completely frugal if you don't care that much about spending and or competitive viability, but if you don't have 200 pulse for your Oshi when we know the banner order months in advance and they toss free shit at us for breathing every month, this is a genuine skill issue, and you should probably not play gacha for your own sake, and also please never enter a casino ever. No, none of this applies if you're rich. Knock yourself out, 1%er.
Those were so many words, and Ooh.
Yeah. I have opinions about gacha games.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, having opinions. I have opinions. I have questions. Also, yeah, I think I will actually put that one specifically at the end. Just for.
Oh, also add me. If you play Uma, you need to add me.
Yeah, that's probably actually what you will get out of this. Other people to play with. You will never get me to have self-control. Okay.
Enjoy suffering.
I'm saying that now because I will open that box later because I'm a gacha hater. I'm a genuine gacha hater.
I'm a gacha hater too. I just play them all the time.
Yeah, I will open up the general gacha topic later because I have other questions. Before you started playing that, do you have any past with horses?
Absolutely not. I could not tell you a single thing about actual horse racing before I started getting into Uma Musume, and now I know so many things about actual real-life Japanese racehorses.
Yeah, exactly. That was in my mind a 50-50, because either you actually already knew things and that kind of just led to it, or nothing and now you're... What's the weirdest thing you learned about Japanese horse racing?
Oh, man. Oh, God, there's some weird-ass ones.
Not depressing, just what's maybe that feels weird. That feels weird from a non-Japanese perspective, maybe.
Let me think. Let me enter my mind palace of all of these different horses.
So your mind stable?
My mind's stable. Yes, of course. Here's a really fun one, and you can actually see it on my my trainer card here. Kita-san Black as the Star Speed support card. This is the Exodia of Uma Musume. This is the God card. This is card Jesus, and every account should have this card maxed out because it is just that broken. And it's very funny that Kita-san Black is currently the best support card in the game, because the real life Kita-san Black, when he retired, would go up to the other the other horses in his stable and would try and get them to run. He would run alongside them and try and get them to run more. And so because of that, the stable owners started putting him specifically next to overweight horses in order to encourage them to run and get them back into shape. So Kita-san Black is the real horse, did end up also being the best support card.
Incredible. Also, Hazel, thank you for the gifted sub to Wott. Congrats to your gifted sub. You can now use silly little snake emotes.
Oh, I've got another one, which is Still in Love. Still in Love is a character in Uma Musume that is written as a yandere, and you might be thinking, how did they get yandere from an actual horse? And that is because that horse was a fucking yandere. The horse and the jockey were described to have a deep, heavy relationship, and at one point, this was a really successful horse, Still in Love, and at one point, she just hit a nosedive in her career and she never really recovered. And that nosedive happened to coincide with the jockey's engagement. The moment the jockey got engaged and he brought his fiance to a racetrack, still in love, the horse fucking crashed out. This was a actual yandere horse.
Well, that is crazy. But also, I'm not that surprised. I'm not that.
Yeah.
And animals are so weird with their like closest care person sometimes. So I okay.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think how much of a racehorse's behavior could be translated into a human character and like personified in that way until I realized, oh yeah, they're horses, they're animals, they have distinct personalities and a lot of different quirks.
Someone get that horse some therapy, please. Someone help out there. Holy shit. Oh,
no,
God.
Still in Love is still alive. There's only a few horses in Uma Musume where their horse counterpart is still alive because they usually only add horses after they have ended their careers.
A few died. Well, I say recently, but in the last month, last year, because I actually saw that on my social media timeline where people were like, yeah, that horse unfortunately died. And I was like, huh? Why is that Uma Musume? That's why it's news. Okay. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. No, increased visibility because of Uma Musume, and also just like any horse that gets entered in Uma Musume, even like the ones that have less successful careers, they have to have like notable careers to be represented in this game. Like even Haru Urara, which is like the notorious like entered in a bunch of races, didn't win a single one, was notable for entering all of those races.
Being such a failure.
Being such a girl fail. Like, usually racehorses don't enter that many races. Like, that's something to note, is that when people are like, oh, she lost 113 races, it's like, she entered 113 races.
That is a lot. Holy shit. Like, knowing that race, I mean, a lot of working horses do not work that long because it's fucked up. All horses have joint problems. It's ridiculous. I know a person who owns horses and it's absolutely ridiculous. So they can't do a lot of years of racing before they just have to stop to not make it extremely bad for the horse. So over 100 is insane. She tried her best.
There are a few horses in this game that have like 5 races to their record.
That is so wild. That is so wild. I'm also questioning, you probably won't know that. Maybe you know that. Maybe you got so deep that rabbit hole that you know that. Why the fuck horse racing of all gambling is the one legal in Japan? That is...
I believe it's because, like, you can't have, like, casinos in Japan. Don't, like, citation needed. This is just me, like, remembering. But, like, it's sort of the same reason why, like pachinko parlors were, like, a thing, is that there was some technicalities or something with that. But yeah, they don't have, like, casinos there. And it's more harshly regulated in any case with, like, gambling in Japan. Or at least it was at some point. I'm not sure about now, but I know that was a thing.
That really explains why gacha exists. That I don't... Because I think... I don't know why, but I think, unfortunately, gambling is such a human condition. Baseline.
I mean, it's an addictive thing, and we love the serotonin. We love...
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Gachapons, blind boxes, I mean, the Pokemon cards. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna break it to you guys. But buying a shit ton of Pokemon cards just to find one specific card and losing a lot of money on that is gambling addiction territory. People, please be careful with that. Also with gacha games. Please be careful. Genuinely be careful. But that explains so much, because I was like, why is that such a because they can't waste their money in a casino. Okay.
You gotta waste money elsewhere.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I think I will look that up because that is so interesting what gambling they consider okay, and where they draw the line. Also, wait, can you... Now the question is, can you do other sport betting stuff in Japan? Or is it just horses?
I'm actually not sure.
Huh.
I feel like if there was like huge baseball betting, that would be notable because I know baseball's fucking huge in Japan.
That would be my next question. What sports do Japanese people play? I have to...
Baseball. Baseball. They fucking love baseball there. Oh yeah. Sure. That's a choice. Horse racing was introduced to the Japanese during the introduction of horses by the Brit. Introduction of horses by the... That sounds wrong. That implies that Japanese people didn't have horses. And now I'm questioning I don't know about history
that.
enough to dispute that.
Yet I'm like, wait, they're an island. How many people went there with boats and I
mean, I know they definitely... There's definitely some musume that were imported from America.
Yeah, horses. Okay, horses. Yeah, it makes sense that horses are native to. Horses are plain animals. They need a lot of flat land to deal with it.
Yeah,
they did, but they were complete.
That makes sense.
Did you know that the first horses in existence were like absolutely fucking tiny and lived in forests?
No, that's adorable.
Yeah, they just got bigger because less forest and all.
And now I'm imagining in the Musume world where there's just these tiny women running around in the forests.
Wait, let me pull up a picture of like what the first horse is considered. It doesn't look like a horse, but at all anymore. But it's really I think it's really interesting. From a evolutionary standpoint, there it is. That is like one of the first horses.
It looks like a very hairy cow.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little guy. That's a weird guinea pig. Yeah. But
that's wild. That looks like a spore creation.
It does. It kind of does. But yeah, that's a proto horse.
Oh.
The wise white.
I was shocked.
Look at the little guy. But yeah.
That's a little guy.
They had to get bigger and get more stamina to actually start running and shit and live in plains and wander. But yeah, that's a yeah. Early mammals are a thing. Yeah, so now imagine that as a horse girl. I don't know, artists do your job. Artists, I want I want early proto horse Uma Musume art on my desk by tomorrow.
Get to it.
This is one of the most entertaining streams I've been in all week. What bad streams have you watched? But also, I'll take it.
Have you just been learning nothing about horses?
But I'll take it. That was Hydrafixation as well. Hydrafixation is probably the best thing I ever thought about. Hands down. I'm learning so much.
This is a great idea.
I'm learning so much stuff I never thought about. If you guys want to see the other 12 episodes, they're on my YouTube. There's a whole playlist. You can learn about Magical Girls, the band Ghost, Warhammer, League of Legends, Monster Rancher 4, there's so many. I forgot half of it. A lot. And there will be, I have a backlog of people, there will be even more episodes.
Hell yeah.
Biblically accurate tiny horses. Let's fucking go. That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
You said they're theories. Which, of course, they're theories. It's a game. That's internet culture. What's your favorite Uma Musume theory, and what's the weirdest Uma Musume theory?
Oh, when I was talking about theory crafting,
Yeah.
How I'm not a theory crafter. Yeah, that's for like game theory, like the different mechanics, because like the gacha game is hard to get under the hood of it exactly, because you know it's like it's on these servers and can't like see the exact inner workings of how things work most of the time, and it's people going into it and like trial and erroring, figuring out how the game works. There's one really funny thing that happened recently with the game where on the Japanese server, they did some update, and in order to make some like speed up mechanic work, and it wasn't working completely as intended. So there was like a few days on the Japanese server where some of these horses would, for whatever reason, they would start accelerating, they would start going at max speed, and then they would just like slow to a crawl at the finish line. And it was like they were getting time stopped, like in like, people were making like JoJo edits of these horses just like stopping at certain points.
Incredible.
It's fucking crazy. I love sort of like team composition, built like character build stuff. I used to be into Genshin mainly for the theory crafting and builds that you could do in there, and so Uma's sort of my outlet now that I quit Genshin. Yeah, they just hit a wall. It was crazy.
I'm so sorry, but that sounds like no, I'm not taking that drug anymore. I found a better one.
There is also a mechanic I do know about. I refuse to use it, but I do know it exists, or at least existed. Maybe it's been patched out by now. But there are certain things where... Oh, it was a thing where one of the horses that was going to be strong in a particular race had a skill that was vital to their kit, and it only activated when they were in the lower like percentage of the pack. So it basically like measured like first place to last place, and then divided it like that, and you had to be in a certain placing in order for the skill to activate. And so people developed a counter to that character, which was to enter Haru Urara, the horse that lost like 113 times. And what you did was you tanked her stats as much as possible so that she was so far in the back that it made the meta horse not able to proc her skill, because the distance between her and last place, the Haru Urara in the back, was too far.
Damn.
There's some crazy shit that people are doing to craft like teams for champions meeting. I just sort of tossed 3 good horses in, and I'm like, one of you better fucking win. But you can do general team composition. That's why you enter 3 in a race.
Also, horses in Japan before British people were typically a lot smaller. That makes, on just nature climate point, 1 meter 50 is insane. That's small. That is cute. Possibility that early samurais were almost as tall as their horses. Fair. That sounds fair. Also, I had to stop myself from laughing so hard. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Haunts of Theory, where we're asking the questions. Are the Haunts actually the paper pots from Five Nights at Freddy's 2? That I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Game theory.
That's just a theory. A horse theory.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Game theory. Can we? Where are my Uma Musume theories? Huh? Where's that playlist? Where's the 10-year dedication?
It wasn't a game theory, but it was like one of the game theory spin-offs that I saw of Uma Musume. I think it was on like the designs of the Uma Musume, and like showing how like the designs were translated.
I hate the fact that that's a realistic thing somehow. Yeah, let's be honest. Yes. That's the nice thing about any type of theory crafting. If you just want it hard enough, you can connect dots where there were never dots.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, another fun like Uma Musume design thing of the like when they make a character in into an Uma Musume is that you can tell what gender the actual horse was based on the position of the ear accessory. So if they have a hair accessory on their right ear, that the real horse was a stallion, and if they have it on the left ear, that real horse was a mare.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
That's just
Fine
simple.
And then Fine Motion was an intersex horse, so she has hair accessories on both.
That's so cool.
That's the former Irish princess one.
That's so cool.
I kind of faded her out a bit, but you can see the hair accessories on both.
Huh.
Also, long phone. I just want to point out long phone.
By the way, I love that. I love the long phone. There's nothing worse for me in any anthropomorphic media when the technology does not fit. Like if they were over-ear headphones, but it's like far away from their actually ears. Fuck that shit. I hate that. Long phone is a banger.
I don't know how the Umas would wear headphones. I don't know.
In ears, probably?
I think there is a card of an Uma wearing headphones, and I don't know what they look like. I can't picture it in my mind's eye. I'll have to look at that. Yeah, you can also see their separate running lanes here, which are faster than the cars.
Now I need to look. Oh, now I need to look. Every damn episode ends with my search history being really weird.
Card? I think. Oh no, Air Shakur isn't. Oh,
I see one.
I think those are headphones, actually.
I see one picture of Agnes.
I think these are headphones.
I don't know if that's official or just. Huh.
I see this Air Shakur support card, and I think those are headphones.
Up. I can make. So. That's a solid option.
Yeah, like they don't have human ears under there. At one point, I'm pretty sure I saw that there was like a Uma plush that had to be recalled because they accidentally put human ears on them. So I guess those ones are collector's items.
I love that.
No human ears, only horse ear.
I also, by the way, I love that every anime or so, where that happens, they all have the strategic haircut that would cover the position of a human ear, and I'm like, stop being cowards. I want to see the weird head. I want to see the weird smooth sides of a head. Come on, people.
I wish to see the uncanny valley.
Where's my bald horse girl?
Where's the bald Uma Musume?
Yeah, I want to. God, there is. I don't even know who she is, but there's a VTuber where I think Porcelain Maid asked the question how she looks without the hair, and she has like ears. I don't even know, is it bad ears? I think it's bad ears. And her bald talker not only takes the hair away, but also shaves the ears, and then you have just the very smooth sides and those fleshy ears on top. I love that.
Can't hear the haters.
This is how it's supposed to be. Like a naked cat. Exactly.
Absolutely.
We get bald Umas when we get bald Helia back. Yeah, well, gotta wait another 2 weeks for that. Sorry, guys. You gotta live with that.
You had your fill.
Exactly.
Yeah, even the short hair Umas, they cover it.
There are people who joined, like, who followed me during the Donathon and have never seen me with hair. So,
they come in and they're like, oh, you have hair now.
Yeah. I got a follow from an account. I follow bald people, and I'm like, sure. It happened.
Sure.
It was a bit traumatizing. We made it. Okay. Where's I for bald people now? That's a good question. I never checked if they unfollowed.
Yes. They're like, what is this scam?
I'm looking that up. Someone remind me after stream. I will look that up if they still follow. The fandom as a whole, and this is my outside perspective, but it's for an anime fandom. It seems rather wholesome.
Yeah, so, like, I'm not going to pretend there isn't, like, NSFW of the horses, because, like, it exists, of course. But it's decently well respected that, like, Cygames has put out that they don't want people making NSFW artwork of the Uma Musume characters, and it's pretty decently respected, all things considered, for an anime fandom, because, like, these horses are given, like, approval to be used by the horse owners. They don't want to, like, sever the connection by making anything that would, you know, jeopardize that. So they're really on it when it comes to the Umas being represented in, let's say, more controversial ways.
What is, like, the most risky thing that ever happened? Like canonically, publicly, art-wise? What was, like, the one thing where people were like, Is that a line?
There's some crazy ass, like, dojins. There's, like, there's one that was, like, a big Teo one that was making the rounds. There was also something going around with Sakura Bakshino, because her uniform is sleeveless, and the internet is the internet. There's something popular going on there. I purposely avoided it. Worked out great for me.
Let's be honest. I can't take PETA seriously, because they also made a hate campaign against Pokemon, and I'm like, are you so for real, people? Oh
yeah, PETA just does it for attention. Yeah, they tried to do a thing with Uma too.
They harm more animals than they ever saved. Like, are we so for real?
Absolutely. And, like, there is something to be said about, like, you know, how the horses are treated in professional horse racing. But I think, like, on the whole, Uma Musume does do a good job at portraying Japanese, like, race horse racing well. And it has brought attention to some of the horses that maybe were not treated the best in their careers. Like, there are some that, like, had that got injured because of the training regimens they were put through. And even though the games, like, and the anime don't show, like, you know, they sort of make the characters have happier endings, they don't shy away from the fact that the horse did reach a limit.
I mean, yeah, I think we can agree that horse sports as a whole have a heavily problematic side. No matter if it's racing or, like, I don't even know what the others are called. It's jumping and the other weird thing. There's a lot. And if it comes to animal, but hey, if it actually gives attention to that and people now start watching horse races and be like, wait a second, that feels wrong, that's a good thing.
Yeah, more eyes will keep more people accountable.
Exactly. I mean, okay, I have to say that, but it's interesting to see that those horses get, like, the characters are respected because they're based on respected horses, and that somehow feels like they get more respect, that the horses get more respect than women. Yeah, I'm not surprised. A bit disappointed, not surprised. I don't know. It makes sense. I also love that I write down questions, but all over the page, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
It's like a doctor's note.
When I learned how to write, I always heard like, you would be such a good doctor one day. Thank you. I know my handwriting is shit. Thanks for asking. Oh yeah, weird question in between. Because I think being a racer and being an idol is fucking hard. If you had the choice, would you be a racer or an idol?
Oh man. I mean, at this point,
new genders
idol,
have dropped. Idol or racer?
Yeah. New gender just dropped. Fun fact is that when I was like really little, I was really into like F1 and NASCAR. I guess kind of me connecting with my roots, and so it was like my parents were like, "Oh no, he's gonna become a professional race car driver." But don't worry, I don't drive. So like really quash that one. Don't have to worry about that one. But no, I mean I'm a VTuber. Like there's several connections to Idol, and also like my IRL stamina is definitely not like sprinter level. It's not even sprinter level. Like I'd collapse on the track.
There's by
also,
the way,
like, some of the songs in Uma are fucking bangers. I love singing them to myself when no one can listen.
There's a VTuber out there who is a car racer IRL.
I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, of course. After the damn NASA astronaut guy, yeah, we now get also a racer.
I think I listened to one of their songs.
I just gotta be one of the hardest things for the girl to lose by a hair and then have to go to the stage and do a happy little song while they could see they all emotionally destroyed.
Oh yeah.
This, yes. Being third is nice because you're better than fourth, but being second sucks. Being second is the worst position you can have.
Oh, for sure.
Also,
there is one like event. I think it's in Haru Ura's career where she like is talking about racing and like how she has fun, but then she like meets this other like racer who is like, how can I go out there and have fun when I just lost so badly? And like triggers her character development or whatever. So like, yeah, that is a valid question to ask.
Also, just imagine stamina wise, you just ran your ass off in a race, and then you have to power through a 5-minute choreography while get fucked.
Yeah. This is something only the horse girls can do. That being said, I do think this would improve the Olympics if we made them all do karaoke afterward.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Right?
Okay, can we somehow merge? When are the next Olympic Games in Europe? Because I want to merge this with the Eurovision Song Contest now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because that feels like a good combo.
Here's my pitch. I think that the Eurovision results should result in different buffs for the Olympic teams. I think you should be able to... They're sort of like the support characters.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you could, create different buffs in professional like sports, but I'm sure you can find a way. Like, I'm sure you can find a way for every sport.
That would be
also,
so
put item
funny.
Boxes in there. I think every sport would be improved by item boxes.
Depends what's in there.
No matter the sport, banana peel, for sure, is one of them.
My head immediatly went to Winter Olympics bobsledding when I heard banana peel. Okay,
maybe not that one.
Hey, by the way, guys, did you see how successful Jamaica was at bobsledding? I need to put that out. That is still the funniest thing that historically ever happened. That Jamaica has a bob team. Best thing that ever happened.
I remember hearing the word.
Yeah, Cool Runnings. If you don't know that movie, you guys should watch Cool Runnings. It is incredibly funny, actually.
Hell yeah.
What
else was on my cut slides? Oh yeah, I had one about the trainee gacha. This was more for like, you're not gonna play the game, but you're watching a streamer play it, and so you need to know when you need to get hype and when to laugh.
Oh no, I just look at chat and just follow the lemmings. I don't
like a good sheep.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Olympic
like there
vision.
Are certain things in the animation. Olympic visions. Let's go.
I need that now. I need that. I hate gacha games, but that's the one where I would actually be behind it. It's still a gacha game, but you can't actually pay with real money. You get more points if you're connected to your step tracker or something. Like you have to do real work.
It's like the Pokewalker.
Yeah. I would love
It's like the fucking 3DS with the fucking coins.
Yes, I want that.
The amount of times I would just stand there watching something, shaking my 3DS so I could get items in Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Yeah. Yeah. That's genius. See? Because honestly, real money is...
there's Pokemon Go.
Because honestly, real money is my biggest grievance with any gacha games. Because I'm not against the RNG bullshit. I'm against making it so easy to just drop your money, especially with in-game currency rates that make absolute no sense to anyone. But if you can actually get coins with IRL stuff, I mean, I'm seeing potential here.
Yeah, there's something there. No, I should make a note. I am currently free to play in Uma Musume. I have been free to play in every gacha game I've played except Genshin, and even Genshin, I didn't spend too much on it.
Very good.
Very low spender when it comes to gacha because I started getting into gacha games before I had like a steady income. It was in high school. I didn't have a steady income, and I also didn't have like a bank account that wasn't like monitored. So and like
that was
something about me is that if I have to explain anything about my interests to people in my IRL life, I will combust. So if I want to have to explain what Love Live School Idol Festival was to my mom, so I was free to play by circumstance, and now I'm free to play by habit.
Which is honestly the best thing ever. This is how this is supposed to be. This is also okay. I'm opening this box now. I mean, loot boxes are also. I mean, we talked about Overwatch before we started this stream.
We did, yes.
My God, I also opened loot boxes and fucking cursed when I just got, I don't know, sprays and voice lines of characters I've never touched. But
people who bought loot boxes back then were crazy. That
is still crazy, but also that's just cosmetic. So you could, if you wanted, you could ignore loot boxes completely because it didn't change anything about your gameplay. I absolutely hate when the gacha thing you can spend tons of real money on actually has influence on your gameplay. Or on the characters you get, or on how you progress. Because
there's a reason that basically every modern gacha game has a pity system or like sealing or sparking system in order to guarantee you the banner character after a certain amount of pulls. And that's because when they didn't have it, people would get very unlucky, and it would look really bad for the gacha game.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say that I haven't lost to fucking whales in Uma Musume because I definitely have, but it does make me feel good when I do enter Champions Meet and then I see like these way stronger horses. I look at the support cards they were used to train. They're all like max limit break SSRs that are meta, and then my horse just wins anyway. Does make me feel good. Every time I beat a Christmas ogre recap, like a part of my soul like is healed.
That's how you get lifespan. You lose it with the next 5 games, but you gained a bit of lifespan there.
Absolutely. It's a net neutral.
I mean, the thing is, I'm talking from my high horse. I'm not completely innocent on that, because a lot of even otome games have so much gacha bullshit in it. Here you can unlock Mystic Messenger fucked over my sleep schedule.
No.
Way too bad.
No, you played Mystic Messenger?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did.
No. I stayed strong. Everyone I knew was playing it, and I'm like, no, I can't do this to myself.
The thing is, it's genuinely good, funny, and well written. But you get a text or a call in the middle of the night, and if you miss that, you have to spend whatever stupid currency, and hey, you can get more of those currency if you pay Are we so for real?
I'm so lucky that I only found the guys in that game kind of cute. Otherwise, it would have been over for me.
I stopped.
That was when I was downloading like every gacha.
I stopped. I also played Obey Me.
I'm so sorry.
I know, but I stopped because I was not willing to spend any money, and it took so long to progress anything. I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I can live without those weirdos. It's okay.
Yeah. No, eventually you hit a wall. That was what I hit in Genshin, where I think the game balance was really good for the first few years, and then in like one of the areas in the game, they just released so many broken units, and it was just very unfun for team composition.
Yeah.
And also, there's so much story in that game that I didn't gaff about. So
I never touched Genshin when it came out. Also because
you shouldn't.
Yeah, it would have been amazing for me if it wasn't a gacha game. Because what do you mean? What do you mean I get roleplay and story and characters and that's completely my thing. But also, oh my god, I hate so many of those character designs. I'm so not a weeb.
That's understandable.
Because I look at all those games and I'm like, nah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Neither.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm not a weeb either.
What was the other one that came out last year? Waves something?
Oh, Wuthering Waves?
Yeah, same.
Or
I looked
the
at
Game
this.
Awards presenter, Wuthering Waves.
I also looked at this and was like, nah, I'm fine. I'm okay.
My favorite thing, like, I fucking hate the Game Awards, but I love hate watching it. One of my favorite things is them getting someone to present Best Mobile Game who clearly has not been briefed on what the titles of these games are, and it is voiced up. And it is birthed amazing vocal stems for me, like Genshin Impact and Umamasume Pretty Derby.
Oh my... I fucking hate that. That is... You don't have to like those games, but if you're presenting, at least someone should tell you how to...
Yeah, I don't hold it against the speakers, because one, they're living much healthier lives than me, and two, they definitely were not briefed beforehand, and that's not their fault. I think we can safely blame Jeff. I like blaming Jeff for things. Let's blame Jeff.
I mean, yes, yeah, but oh my, that is also just so disrespectful.
Yeah, especially when it's the winner. Like, you don't think to brief the person on how the winner is pronounced.
That's also
Umamasume, Pretty Derby.
Hey, if I wanna slander Genshin, I will at least even look up the names of the characters I do not like. You know?
Exactly. You need to know a character's name before you slander them.
Yeah. Also, there's only one year I watched the Game Awards, and it was when Baldur's Gate 3 was nominated for Game of the Year. And that was that was my first and last year I watched the Game Awards, because oh my fucking fucking god, that was the most annoying 4 hours I wasted in my life.
I would never watch the Game Awards by myself. I only watch the Game Awards in a rowdy Discord call. That is the only time I will watch the Game Awards.
Same. I was on call with people because otherwise I would absolutely not deal with this, because I underestimated that this thing is 80% advertisement.
Oh, for sure. And it's for games you don't care about because they all look bland.
Yes! Exactly! It's so ridiculous!
Rest in peace, High Guard. Fly high.
And on the other hand, I didn't watch the year my favorite fucking musician actually performed at the Game Awards.
Damn.
Hosier, Blood Upon the Snow, for God of War.
Right.
Beautiful song. Oh my god.
One of my favorite moments of the Game Awards was when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was nominated for Game of the Year. Like, I knew it had no chance of winning because it was a JRPG, but I was just excited because that meant it was in the orchestral, like, Game of the Year, like, medley that they do.
Yeah.
And that was what spawned Flute Guy.
Flute Guy is such an icon.
He's so awesome. It's so cool that, like, he got, like, popular for going absolutely hard on the flute during, like, the Xenoblade 3 song, because, fun fact, flutes are actually very integral to the world building of Xenoblade 3. There's a reason why there's so much flute in that game's OST. Yeah, if I wasn't doing a thing on Uma Musume, there's a high chance it would have been on Xenoblade. I fucking love Xenoblade.
Someone pick that up now, okay? Someone take that.
Someone needs to pick it up.
You need to send someone to me to do that. You are allowed to brief them.
I need to volunteer a champion.
Yeah. Honestly, that is, by the way, a thing. I know that the link to the application form for Hydrafixation is on my socials. If you know someone, if you know a streamer, it doesn't have to be a VTuber. We already had a Flash tuber on the show. I'm fine with that. If you know someone who's weirdly knowledgeable about any topic, send them my way. I need more weird knowledge.
I must obtain it.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, by the way, Game Awards. Every time the nominations for Game of the Year come out, I look at the list and I'm like, guys, you can't believe that a Spider-Man game actually has a chance. Can you guys stop?
Yeah, there are some games where it's like, okay, they put this there so they could have a banger in the medley. Like,
what was it last year?
Donkey Kong Bonanza was not winning. They wanted to do a vocal performance. They wanted to do a performance of that song at the Game Awards. And I think that's fair. You know what? Knock yourself out.
Last year's Game Awards were not a competition. You see the list of nominees, and I am fucking biased for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Because, oh my god, is that game beautiful and a masterpiece. And I have the full soundtrack in the vinyl collector's box. Like, don't at me, guys. But are we so for? But Silk Song Silk Song is a sequel, my guys.
Like, after the 5th time it got an award, it's like, were we expecting anything else?
Yeah. That also, as good as Silk Song is, and as much fun people had with it, it is a sequel, and a new IP will win over a sequel.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I can understand an argument to be made with Silk Song, but, like, I'm not surprised by what happened. Oh, I haven't played either game, and I don't think I will play either game, so I am unbiased in that regard.
Play Clair Obscur. Play it, please.
Oh, but I'm
Please.
so bad at parrying things.
I played it in story mode because of that, because I'm also shit at this. And in the easy mode, it's very, very playable. You do not have to actually torture yourself with that.
Noted.
Because I'm a big defender. In this house, we're big defenders of the story and the baby modes. especially in
Absolutely.
story-driven games. And oh my... Expedition 33 is a rhythm game. Yeah, that's the other thing. That is the other thing. Which is
I've heard, yeah.
extremely funny, because a friend of mine and me, we both played it, but we play it very differently for the parry mechanic. I listen to the rhythm and audio cues of attack, and he analyzes move patterns. It does the same at the end, but one of us is a Souls-like gamer, and the other one is not.
Oh god, Souls likes.
Hades God mode, my beloved. Yes, exactly. Oh god. Okay, what is? I mean, you play the Uma Musume game a lot. What beside that? What's your favorite media type of the franchise?
For Uma Musume, well, I have enjoyed what little of the animes I have seen, and that's like I haven't even scratched the surface of it, because I have watched season 1 of the original anime, which was like the first one before they had an insane budget. I've seen GIFs of what happens in like Cinderella Grey and some of the later OVAs. They just like they have the money to just blow their budget on just hype and aura of these like characters running. They start to gain like fucking, they start aura farming. They have like a bunch of effects and shit. It's really fucking hype, and I do need to finish. I do need to like keep watching the anime. I also would say the music is also something I need to do a more deep dive in. I've listened to sort of the surface level ones, the ones that are like in the game, ones that are for important, like the most popular ones for sure. But I know there's like a bunch of characters with solo songs that I want to listen to. They've done like a bunch of other music releases, and it's all bangers. I fucking love J-pop, like J-idol music, so. Yeah,
then that makes sense. Yeah, I did.
Absolutely. No. I was raised in Love Live School Idol Festival, so.
That is so interesting, because before I entered the VTuber scene, I know idol culture existed, but I knew nothing. And now I'm just getting... This is also why it's extremely funny that Uma Musume started, and everyone was like, oh yeah, of course they're idols, what else? And I was like, why are they idols? Yeah, it's Japanese.
Idols are also popular in Japan.
It's Japanese, that's why, because they all have to be, yeah, right.
It's a perfect winning cocktail to print money. Horse racing, gacha, idols.
Yeah, that is insane. Whoever had the idea for the game, I hope you make a lot of money with that, because that is...
Definitely did.
Hopefully.
Certainly. No, there's a whole bunch of different like idol multimedia franchises in Japan. I have played and or bore witness to most of them. Most of the major ones. There are some where it's like they create an idol franchise and then it flops and then it's gone in like a few months.
What is your favorite other gacha game that you play?
Oh. So that's a difficult question, because my favorite one is also my least favorite one, and one I don't associate with anymore. I was so into Ensemble Stars for many years. It has one of my favorite characters in all of media, and my comfort character, which is Koga Ogami. He's sort of what I sort of base my character taste around, whereas like the closer a character is to that character, the more I like them. If you look up Koga Ogami from Ensemble Stars, you will quickly realize why my VTuber Oshi is my VTuber Oshi.
Okay, let me. What was that? What was the name?
Ensemble Stars.
Yeah.
And the character is Koga, Koga, Ogami.
I see a lot of very... That is a spectrum of emotions I see on one Google page. Interesting.
That's my favorite character. And the closer a character is to that, I love him. Ensemble Stars is a fucking beast of a franchise. The story in that game follows like a canonical timeline, and it does reach like soap opera levels of like what the fuck is happening. I thought this was about dancing idol boys, and it's like, no, this is about like revolution to like upend like the student council. Like there was a whole like there's an event in the series that was referred to as the war in universe. It's crazy. There's some crazy shit that goes on, and like the difficult thing is that I don't stand by Ensemble Stars anymore because the story has taken a complete nosedive and have done some problematic things, so I don't play it anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, comfort character is comfort character, and I still do listen to the music because, oh man, those songs have tore their way into my mind and they won't let go. It wasn't a literal war. It was more like psychological warfare. Don't worry.
Hi, welcome in. Yeah, that's welcome to Hydrafixation, where you expect a topic and we will talk about something completely different. But believe me, there was a reason why we're here. But welcome in.
I've played a whole bunch of fucking Japanese gacha games. Uma Musume is just the latest one.
What's the worst gacha game you ever played?
The worst gacha I ever played?
Also, Sun, thank you for the 3 stream streak. Yeah.
Idolmaster Side M live on stage was laughable.
Sorry, what was that title again?
The Idolmaster Side M live on stage.
Jeez, what isekai title is that? My god.
So the Idolmaster is like a really big like idol franchise that has separate, like a bunch of different branches that have completely like separate groups of characters, and sometimes they interact, most of the time they don't, and Side M is the it's the one with the dudes. That's the male branch, and so they got a rhythm game, but it was really bad because it was only one lane. You know what I mean when I say it's a one lane rhythm game? Like, yeah, so like, let's take DDR. That's a 4-lane rhythm game because you got left, up, down, right. Yeah, Side M had 1 lane. It was a laughably easy game. The cards were kind of ugly as shit.
Oh, amazing.
And the people agreed because that game shut down. And then years later, they made a better rhythm game, and that one also shut down. Which I'm still a little bitter about because I really like Side M, but they get shafted in terms of content. But
I mean, there are only so many gacha idol rhythm games you can make until people have enough. That being said, what is a gacha game you would like to have? I don't care if like a specific adaptation, a specific mechanic. What if you could have it all? What's your what's a gacha game you would build?
There is one game series that I think is leaving so much money on the floor because they haven't made a gacha game, and that is, I think it would be so smart of Sega to release Chow Garden as a gacha game. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure.
Absolutely not.
So the Chow are these little adorable creatures that you like hatch from these eggs, and when you play the levels in Sonic Adventure, you get these different things that you can give them, and they raise your stats, and then you can enter them in races. It's basically like Uma Musume. They could literally just make an Uma Musume type game, but it's Chow Garden, and you have these little creatures and you raise them, and it's like a pet raising type thing, and then you enter them in races.
Oh, they're so cute! What the fuck?
They're adorable, and it's one of the best things ever in the Sonic franchise, and it's criminal that they don't use them, that they haven't brought Chow Garden back. as a mechanic, because this was only in like Sonic Adventure 2. Like the Chow are like a species in the Sonic universe. Like they're in a bunch of games, but a specific like pet raising mechanic, they need to bring it back, and I think it would print money if they made it a gacha game.
The thing is, Sega is now finally having a bit of a revival and actually doing the work. From like my very I'm not in the sauce perspective. So yeah, they should. Also, just
to immune. Sega has had a few idle projects in the past. I do know that.
The thing is, Sonic is one of the only things I associate with Sega, knowing that they made much more. But now I'm stuck on idle Sonic.
Oh, that has to exist.
Where's my Shadow idle arc?
Yeah. I want Shadow to get on that stage. I want him to sing I Am All of Me while the fans scream and cheer.
Jeez.
Wait, okay, this is so off topic, but I guess that's the point of the show. There was the Cursed Utao quarantine concert that was on YouTube, and do you know what Utao is?
No.
Like, do you know what Vocaloid is?
Yes.
Okay, it's homegrown Vocaloid. It's like Vocaloid is very specifically like
we have Vocaloid at home.
Set of voice banks. Yeah, Utao is like people can make their own Vocaloids basically. And so the Cursed Utao quarantine concert was someone did like a live stream where they had like various characters from franchises that had voice banks, and they made them sing a bunch of Vocaloid songs, and then they had like also like 3D dances for them too. And I very vividly remember like Sonic and Shadow doing some performances. There was Mr. Krabs and Plankton, SpongeBob,
oh my god,
Shrek, Naruto Sasuke did like a duet at one point.
I think I saw parts of that. Somewhere deep in my brain, there are just some images resurfacing.
Yeah, no, Shadow the Hedgehog's cover of Meltdown was the stuff of legends. It was... Some of those voice banks were awful, and then occasionally there would just be one song that's like, wait, why does this bang?
Also, I personally want Sega to do more successful stuff just to piss off Nintendo. That's
absolutely. I'm a huge fan of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I think people should play it instead of Mario Kart World. Yes. And I stand by that.
The only thing I kind of support Nintendo now is suing the US government.
Hell yeah.
Over tariffs, by the way. That's yes, please do that.
Yeah.
Other than
I kind of
that,
want to Switch too, but I also am annoyed at Nintendo currently, so.
Who isn't annoyed? The one percenters. That's who isn't annoyed.
Exactly.
Because they don't
games are
care.
Increasing in price. Also, I have to pay the Canada tax, where games are more expensive by
God,
default.
Every time I talk to someone, it's Australians and it's Canadians, and I'm sitting in the EU. I have it very easy to get shit to a decent price, because the euro is kind of insane still. And then I hear what I had that with someone just concerning like YouTube memberships and super chat prices, and listening what they pay for shit, and I'm like, that is no, what the fuck? What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
No, but honestly,
not the best.
The Switch 2 has no reason to be that expensive, and if it's that expensive, your games should not be over $40.
I'm gonna look up how much the Switch 2 is for me right now.
Oh god. I never looked at it. I still have a Switch 1 that I never used. Hey, anyone want a Switch 1?
I do use my Switch 1. That's what I'm gonna use to play the new Tomodachi Life. Ooh, I can get the Switch 2 and Mario Kart World bundle for $699.96. Awesome.
I get the Switch 2 for $450. Yeah.
I hate capitalism.
Yeah, can we stop? That is the first the biggest on my Switch 2 is too expensive for what? For boring Mario Kart. Oh, I had that discussion with Hase recently about the handheld market as a whole. Because I have no idea what happened to the PS Vita as a concept. Because let's be honest, the Switch and Nintendo have their niche, and their niche is family and kids oriented, and that's fair. Mm-hmm. But also, looking at that tiny little, like literally looking at that tiny little Switch 1 monitor, who plays Monster Hunter or Elden Ring on that thing? You can?
Absolutely not.
You shouldn't. If you do that, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Maybe for a challenge run. I don't.
But also the Stream Deck, the Steam Deck is just a bit too big and not that handy to actually take it with you. So, Sony, I know you're idiots at the moment with, hey, you can rent your PS5 now, by the way. Or, hey, we decided to take our PS exclusive titles, won't be on Steam anymore. Yeah, and now people won't just play your games, they won't buy a new PlayStation. Are you insane? You could have just made a new PS Vita and be better than the Switch and be tailored to, like, everyone who's not a Nintendo player. Mm-hmm. But no. I'm giving you this tip for free, Sony. Too. Oh.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Also, Pokopia and news about the new Pokemon Gym gives me FOMO. That is honestly, I think, Nintendo's only selling point is nostalgia and FOMO at this point.
Pokopia is the one thing that's driving me to want to switch to. It's that and Kirby Air Riders, which is nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think the thing that will push it over for me is when the new Xenoblade game drops, or the Xeno series drops on the Switch 2, which it will eventually. But other than that, it's like, I'm in no rush to get a Switch 2.
Also...
And I'm a big Nintendo gamer. Like, I bought the Wii U. Like, you have to understand
Damn,
what comes to that I don't have the Switch 2. I was a Wii U owner.
Wow, that's a diagnosis on itself, I think. I get it,
diagnosis of what? Cringe?
I don't know. It's something.
Listen, at least Mario Kart 8 was a good Mario Kart to buy a system for.
That's true. No, that's actually, I think also one of the best things the Switch ever dropped is Ring Fit Adventure. And I hate that they didn't make one game and then just dropped it completely. Because what the fuck? You had such a good chance, especially after the Wii and people actually standing up from their couch. But no.
Yeah, they released like 3 or 4 versions of Wii Fit, and they only released one Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah. I do not understand people who make decisions. No, but honestly, I'm not Oh! Hi, Ame! Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. Hello.
Hi, Raiders. We're talking about capitalism.
Yeah, how are you doing? Oh God, I need to make my introduction lines. I haven't done that in ages. Holy shit. Hi, I'm Helia, your local sunsnake, collector of stories, keeper of secrets. And today I am the host of Hydrafixation. Hydrafixation is my little format where I invite a guest for them to yap about their special interest or hyperfixation. Today I have Wott with me, and we started talking about Uma Musume, and now we're cursing capitalism.
As it always comes back to.
You know how it is. But hi, how you do? What were you doing? What were you playing? You were yapping. What were you yapping about? Also, so much happening. Also, Case. What are names? Thank you for the follow. Don't forget Mira Titty Sensor. Yes, indeed, that is the. Oh, Jesus. People don't get that. Okay. Quick explanation. Also, Sanguine, thank you for the follow.
Yes, what did you just say to me?
I watched Epic the Musical with Mirage, and the thing is that we were unsure how to position our models since, well, I'm just a little guy and there's not much body yet. We're changing that in July, guys. And then I was like, well, you could just have me in your arm, because Mira's base post is like one arm over her stomach. And that worked. That looked fucking good. The problem is my big head is completely over her tits. So I just censored everything. There were no jiggle physics and no cleavage for two streams, actually, because we watched Act 1 and 2 separately. Damn, did her chat hate me.
You were safe for work, Sasuke.
Yeah. It's funny because
awesome.
I had the best seat in the house. Also, okay, this sounds weird, guys, but I'm now at 499 followers. Can someone please just make the 500 full? Because this is
Someone get the 500.
Please.
It can be yours.
It could be
yours in this limited time offer. Do it fast before I just like make an alt account and claim it for myself.
Just putting up one. Thank you!
Now.
There we go.
Yay!
Thank you, Martin Rocks. Welcome to being the 500 people. Hey!
Yippee!
God, you're weird. You guys are what?
I say make an alt account like I don't have several alt accounts on Twitch already.
Why do you have that?
So, fun fact about Twitch is that maybe like 10 years ago, they didn't have a limit for how many accounts you could put onto one email address. So, one of my favorite things was to just like be in someone, like my friend's chat, and then we'd be doing a bit, and then I would just really quickly, it took like 10 to 15 seconds, I would just make an account, and then I would log into that account, and then like type a message as a joke, as a bit. And so I believe the total number on my one email address was 123 alternate accounts on Twitch. So if I took a name from you, I'm sorry. I don't know how you would have wanted to claim any of the names I took, because they were all very like inside baseball, like in-joke type things, but sorry. Sorry.
Also, yeah, I saw it earlier. Yes, I hydrated. Yes, I'm stretching. Takes a minute.
Yeah.
Spine is long. Jesus Christ. 13 feet of... 4 meters, 13 feet of spine is a lot. Also, Raiders, if you need to raid and run, that is completely fine. Take care of yourself after stream. Or you hang around, because I still have questions left for what that are... Some of them are actually related to moves.
Right. What else is on these cut slides?
Oh, yeah.
The Pantheon of support cards. Yeah, these are the good ones. If you see a streamer pull these ones, you clap and cheer.
I think I saw some in the Gavus Battle stream. Yeah, the art is actually beautiful. I have to say that the art is nice. really nice and pretty.
Oh yeah, Gacha card art is always on point. And Uma is no exception. They make some really nice looking cards. And these are just like year 1, year 2 cards. They get even better.
Am I considered a raider if I was already... Nah. You have to stay here. It is...
Yeah, you're trapped.
Yeah, that's how that works. Oh yeah, I have gameplay questions.
Yes.
Because after you showed the technical things, my brain broke for like 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
Because what the fuck is happening? I think it was even one before that.
The stats?
No.
This one?
No. Yeah, that
this.
one. That. Okay, I will now actually move to look at it close up on Discord.
Yeah.
What the fuck is...
I definitely took screenshots that like look more complicated than they are.
Jesus Christ.
Like the top left one is just some comparisons for different support cards, just showing the different like effects that they have. I have had to go into the compare tool on GameTora multiple times to be like, okay, which card is actually better? Because different cards are better for different reasons and all that stuff. There's a couple like race diagrams here. It's actually two. That like sort of middle one and then the one on the bottom are basically the same thing. They're not the same track, but they're showing the same thing just in different formats. You know, where the straights are, where the corners are, where the downhills are, where the uphills are, which are important for your skills activating. That's one of the unique skill activation requirements that is one of the more complicated ones in the game right now. I just thought it looked terrifying.
It is. And my question is, how's the learning curve?
I think that Uma Musume, if you're just like getting into it and you're like going through the careers, you just want to get through the career mode, I think it's relatively easy. The difficulty is that there's a bunch of things that you sort of have to look up and go out of app for. But the good thing is, because Uma is so popular in global right now, there are a lot of people making content that is more easily digestible if you want to go into try-hard mode.
Marsh, don't download it. Do you want to end like your Oshi? Do you want to end like Horse Bullet? Think about it for a second.
There's an anniversary going on right now, and there's some free pulls going on. I'm not saying you should, but I just will put that out there. Wow. You know.
Well, Angel and Devil on your shoulder. What are you gonna do now? Not Horse Bullet. Okay, I'm cured. Nice. God, horse, but that was.
Come on, just one pull. Just the first pull is free, you know.
Just one pull. Just one more. Just one. The thing is, because it's also my grievance with especially a lot of mobile games, is the tutorials are too long and bullshit. And I know the Uma Musume tutorial is, that's an odyssey on its own, because that shit takes forever to get through. Is it bad?
It's a process.
Or is it actually, does it need to be that long?
I think it could be condensed. I think that, like, there's a lot of stuff that's just learned by doing. But the tutorial in itself, if you kind of speed through all the filler dialogue, it's not super long, all things considered. They're just trying to teach you all of the various mechanics, because otherwise, like, you know, suddenly, like, horse girls are on your screen, they're talking about their lunch day, what they're eating for lunch that day, and you hear that like your bond increased and you got 15 guts and you got 25 skill points, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? So, you know, like, there's some stuff that needs to be established on the ground floor, and then there are other things where it's like, you know, it's not exactly a difficult game to get through. Like, there are some careers in the game that like are very hard to actually fail, so they're good for like learning the game, and they're characters that you start with, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Sakura Bakshino is like a character that you are guaranteed to get at the start, and her career is piss easy because she was like the horse was like a notable like sprinter, and so you're only running like sprint and mile races, and so you just have to like, there was videos of people just spamming the training speed button and winning her career, because you don't have to train anything else, really.
Honestly, I can see that, but hey, it's also nice to have a character that's a one-trick pony. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I see what you did there. No, I appreciate it. I love shitty humor.
I mean, hey, I called the episode "Horsing Around."
Absolutely.
I did a BoJack Horseman rewatch recently, guys. The horse jokes are still so ingrained in my brain.
What are you adding BoJack to Uma Musume?
Oh, that would be, oh my god, that would be the most depressing career. I want secretariat. I want secretariat in Uma Musume.
Oh man. Hey, you'll not be surprised who a bunch of horses are descended from in like that are represented in Uma Musume.
Yeah.
Notably, one of them is Agnes Digital, which she won me the champions meeting, so you can see her icon right there, Agnes Digital.
Yeah.
She was the horse male? I think the horse male. Like, he was descended from Secretariat.
Damn!
This horse was a fucking freak. This was a fucking freak-ass horse. Like, the horse's nickname was Hentai, because he was a horse that ran on both turf and dirt tracks, which is not typical. Usually a horse is better on one than the other, and if they go into dirt tracks, they usually don't come back into turf tracks and win, but Agnes Digital did.
Insane.
I think like a tagline that was given to the horse by the like Japanese like racehorsing association was "A true hero never chooses their battlefield."
Oh,
which goes so fucking hard.
That is insane. This has the same flavor as seeing the most epic sentence ever in a Tumblr post about breakfast. That's the incredible. Also, in all honestly, I did not know Secretariat was a real horse when I first watched BoJack Horseman. I just found that I was like, oh.
Well,
I just took, well, the guy's a horse and he races, just like, yeah, that makes sense in that world. Oh, he's a oh, now that's weird.
There we go. There are the horse boys that the Uma Musume fans are wondering about. They're in BoJack Horseman.
Jesus, oh my god. Okay, guys, genuinely, BoJack Horseman is an incredible animated series with BoJack is a bad Hollywood actor who has who is now living past his success and is miserable, and it's six or seven seasons long. But it's one of the best pieces of media I've ever watched. It's just really, really heavy. Just be one, but you should watch it. Because every time, there is the one line in it that still gets me every time. And this, it's, they saw greatness in me and mistook it for goodness.
Ooh, that's a good one. No, I've heard really good things about BoJack Horseman. I was always afraid to watch it because I have an aversion to all like adult cartoons. But BoJack Horseman is one that I've heard like nothing but praise for. So try
it. It honestly just works because they're partially animals. Otherwise, this show would not work. This would not work with all humans.
See, I see.
I can recommend it, but it's really, really heavy.
I've heard, yeah. No, my problem with like adult, like when I hear adult cartoon, I just immediately have an aversion and I hiss like a vampire seeing sunlight because I've been burned by like adult comedy animation and I said comedy with air quotes there.
Are we talking like what type? Are we talking bad like the sitcoms? Are we talking South Park? What's the burn flavor?
I don't like Family Guy. I don't like South Park. I don't like Haribo Motel. I don't like the other one. Call the Boss, whatever. I don't like any of that.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I know it's a hot take. To be fair, I've never seen Hell of a Boss. I just got burned by Has Been Hotel so badly that I don't want to engage. Because I was very disappointed by that pilot.
You just watched the Has Been Hotel pilot?
Yeah.
Okay. They started completely new with the Amazon.
Yeah.
Give it another chance.
Oh, but it's an old animation and I don't like it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hazbin Hotel looks incredible because it has the whole Amazon money. The whole cast is Broadway legends. The music is incredible. Hell of a Bus is another thing. Hell of a Bus was made for YouTube, still looks a bit like YouTube, and I understand if people like Hazbin Hotel more because it's a bit more polished and a bit more mainstreamy. But I also adore Hell of a Bus because it starts so incredibly silly, and now I'm really involved in people's storyline, and I'm like, what happened here?
I have actually heard more about Hell of a Boss than Hazbin Hotel, for what it's worth.
Oh.
Like, that one I know is good. I just like, yeah. No, I just have a natural aversion, but... I'll take your word for it.
The problem is that South Park has its place and has its important moments, but oh my fucking god. It has its good political commentary now and then, but I also do not like South Park that much. I also do not like I do not like Family Guy, and I do not like American Dad. I do not need those. But on the other hand, BoJack Horseman is amazing. Bob's Burgers is a fucking masterpiece.
I've seen a bit of Bob's Burgers, and it's very good. Yes.
Yeah, adult animation is getting better. So honestly, Hell of a Bus and Hazbin Hotel. I'm waiting for new seasons. I need stuff to happen. My god. I would rate Hell of a Bus higher than Hazbin any. Personally, me too. I also like Hell of a Bus more, but I get that Hazbin Hotel is easier to get into from a mainstream perspective.
Right. Yeah, it's just like I heard people being like, "Oh, the Hazbin Hotel is a series and it's like a lot better." But then I was like, I don't know. Are these the same people that said that they liked the pilot when I thought it was really bad?
Yeah.
So I was uncertain.
The pilot
By
was...
the way, when I mentioned at the beginning that there are slides in here that I probably should have cut, but I refuse, I was talking about this slide.
Yeah. That is a big slide, but I absolutely get it.
It's important. It's horse lore.
Yeah, I wanna talk about that horse in a second. That horse is still on my question list, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'll keep it here now.
But yeah, the thing with adult animation is that a lot of times I think they just use the animation to be edgy for the sake of being edgy. Because they can't do a lot of stuff with live action, and it's easier to draw it and get just someone to say the lines. On the other hand, I think animation has to become way bigger because that's the only way we can do a lot of things well, especially fantasy. I think Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine, which I love that Critical Role actually decided to make animated series out of their shows, but that is the best thing that can happen for fantasy because that's the only way you can do a lot of impressive shit.
Absolutely. I need to watch that because Critical Role, I watched a decent amount of season 2, but I fell off because oh my god, those episodes are long. But
yeah, I get it. I watched
I loved Critical Role when I watched it though.
I watched campaign 1 completely. I never got into campaign 2. I fell off campaign 3 at episode 60, and now I'm really far behind on campaign 4. But watch campaign 4, because campaign 1, 2, 3 are connected in the same world, and you have characters coming back. Campaign 4 is a clean slate with a new DM.
Yeah.
And I can really recommend it.
Brennan, right?
Brennan, yes.
I fucking love Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah.
No, the first ever D&D character I ever made was a trickery cleric because I liked Jester so much.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Very different character personality-wise to Jester, but I was like, I love that sort of tricksy illusion-based support thing. Oh.
I just love clerics that don't heal. That is something they should do more.
I love healing in games. I am a support main in a lot of what I play.
Yeah, same.
But, like, if you think I'm like playing healer, playing support does not mean I am heal botting you. I am not spamming heals. I am casting every spell in order to make sure that we don't die. And I want to be as annoying as possible.
People have to earn their heals. Also, yeah,
absolutely.
I actually
and
also
I'm only healing you if you need it. If you're at half health and you're gonna survive a round, I'm not healing you. Grow up.
I also, by the way, I never finished Vox Machina, but also I realized they changed something about a side character that I'm really mad about. That now I don't know if I want to continue watching it.
I get that, because I was reading the Dimension 20 Fantasy High webtoon, and I was really vibing with it until they made a couple character. Yeah, there's a couple character decisions, like, and changes that I was like, why the fuck did you do that?
But honestly,
it's really nice. It's really cute. The problem is that I feel like all of the female party members got shafted. Fig, not so much. Like, Kristen and Adine's characterization in that is very one note and not at all interesting. To be fair, like, I didn't get far enough for them to have their big moments, but I think that they had moments before their, quote, big moment. And I think that they got really flanderized in the webtoon. Yeah.
That's also...
Okay.
I mean, adaptation is difficult and you need to change things, but that is true. But honestly...
Yeah, there are some changes they made to make the narrative more cohesive where I was like, yeah, no, I think that's fine. But, like, when they kept shafting, like, Kristen and Adine, I was like, I like Kristen and Adine. They're so much cooler than this.
Yeah,
it's okay.
that's
I got
weird.
to take screenshots of my boy Rock Bark Rock, so, like... I fucking love Rock Bark Rock.
But yeah, the thing about Critical Role is immaculate, but oh my fucking god, is it long. Dimension 20 has the advantage that it's always short campaigns, and honestly, I think I've never saw a better masterpiece than A Crown of Candy.
Oh my god, Crown of Candy.
Oh my fucking god. It's The Crown of Candy is high stakes Game of Thrones style setting, but all the characters are food. And in the center is like the royal family of the candy section. And holy shit.
It is so unserious, but it demands you take it seriously, and that's so fun.
Also, Brennan is incredible at villain speeches. That one speech where that one character, I'm not spoiling, I'm not saying names, who made like his villain turn suddenly. Oh my god. Also, Critical Role had 2 short series, Exandria Unlimited, and one was a prequel that was hundreds of years before the main campaign happened, and called Calamity, and Calamity is incredible. Oh my
one
god.
thing actually, oh my god, I can tie it back in, because one thing with that's one of my biggest things, like one of my favorite things to do in this world is to take a character from some form of media and like make them in D&D or another tabletop game. Like, even if it's a character that doesn't fight, I love being like, okay, you know, what D&D class is all of the Mario characters or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have strong opinions about that. And genuinely, I think that's part of the reason why this bit of Uma Musume it tickles my brain, because I love seeing how things were translated from reality to the game.
Which is honestly really impressive. That they did this also just on such a detail level.
It's so cool. One of the ones I didn't get to mention, like, out loud, but I put it here, is that King Halo the horse ran with his head held high, like, notably.
Oh, interesting.
Like, higher than usual. It actually, like, got passed down to his descendants, too. Like, a bunch of them do also run with their heads held high. And it's right, if you look at one of the quotes here in King Halo, it doesn't matter how muddied I become, my head will always be held high.
Oh,
I will never back down. Like, that's so fucking cool.
It is. It is.
That they reference that in, like, the character's personality and just, like, the general vibe. Ugh.
Honestly, I wanna be like a fly on the wall, with a translator, please. I don't speak Japanese. With like when they take a horse and make it into a horse girl, like what's the process? What's the workflow? What pieces do they take? Because that is.
I'm so curious too.
Especially since it's a horse. Like how many quirks can a horse have that translate into a humanoid character?
For sure. Yeah, sometimes like it isn't even like a personality thing, and it's more about like a personality that fits their arc or like storyline too. Because I know that Special Week, who's like the one on the like front and center on like the key art, like beginning. Like she's the one on the left here. Her character is very standard anime protagonist, like shy, grew up in the country, is just there to do her best. I'm pretty sure the actual horse was actually quite temperamental, but they made her character more of this shy underdog because it fits the narrative of.
Because she needed to get through the shonen protagonist arc.
Exactly, like it fit the narrative of her race record better for her to be sort of this like shy underdog.
That makes sense, yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone loves Goldship. Like that is a horse that was very easy to create a distinct personality for, because Goldship was a fucking menace.
But I love that they are consequent with it, because a lot of, and that is I think a general problem of having anime girls, is that anime girls have to be pretty and perfect. So I love that they actually were like, nah, ugly faces being silly. We're doing this here.
Yeah. Some people don't like that in the game because they're all like 3D models and they're sort of based off of the same template. Goldship sort of looks more similar to the others than she does in the anime. So it's good that in the anime she has this more like, she's like noticeably broader, has more like angular features, and you know, is making these goofy ass faces like the horse was prone to do.
Yeah. I mean, you already went as far as making them based off real horses. Yeah. The problem is still that generalized in media, female characters don't get to be ugly. And I don't mean like actually by any beauty standard, but just like behaving in or looking or making expressions that are not pretty.
Especially in gacha games where they're trying to sell these characters literally like based on their appearance at first.
Which is why I really loved K-pop Demon Hunters, by the way. Yes.
Hell yeah, I love K-pop Demon Hunters.
And the eating scene on the plane alone, where they were just fucking up that food. Yes, please, thank you. Oh, incredible.
That was good.
No, but King Halo. Honestly, can you go back to the horse page?
Yes, the horse page. Yes.
Honestly, being sensitive to weather and hating dirt, you and me both, King Halo. You and me both.
Yeah,
that is
that's
just
fair.
Relatable. I get it.
Yeah.
I would hate that shit too.
Yeah, like he was entered into a dirt grade 1 race, and he was like the favorite going in because like he was this notable horse, and all the others, like dirt racing is a bit less prestigious, so his competition was less notable. But I'm pretty sure they had him in like starting gate 1, and that's like the gate that like gets the most dirt kicked into them, basically. And so the horse just got pissed off, and he performed like really badly, so they never entered him into dirt again.
Yeah,
and that's like the one aptitude in Uma Musume that King Halo like doesn't have, because like to coincide with like, you know, he was entered in a bunch of different races of different lengths and was good in all of them but kept losing. King Halo, the Uma's aptitudes for distances is like sprint A, mile B, medium B, long C, and that's like on a scale of A to G. So like with just a little bit of boost from the parent lineage, you can easily get a King Halo that can run and that has A aptitude in every distance type. and not a lot of them are like that.
Also, the more I think about horse race, okay, I don't know if you guys know that about horses, but horses are flight animals, aka they get scared easily and then they run away. They're scared of literally everything. So if you actually want to train a horse, you need to desensitize them, which is, by the way, the funniest thing ever, because you just need to annoy your horse until it stops being scared of everything. It's look it up on TikTok or something, because it's harmless, but then you have like trainers dancing around with loud music around their horses and just swinging like pom-poms and shit just to get in their face and annoy them. It's amazing. So now I'm thinking horse races. How the fuck do you get make that happen without the horses being scared of each other all the damn time? Watching trainers walk their horses over aluminium. Yeah, shit like that. It's so funny.
They're making the horses do swimming practice. Have you ever seen videos of that where they're like in the water? It looks funny as fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, horses can swim, right? Horses can swim? Horses can swim, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
I know cows can't swim, and for a very silly reason.
They definitely do something like that resembles swimming, because I've seen them do it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's in shallow little like man-made little things to monitor them.
Yeah,
so
because
I don't think they can do it well.
Horses can walk through water. They can swim. Okay, thank you. That's yeah. I know cows can't swim, which is a bit silly.
Yeah, some of the horses wear like basically blinds during the race.
They have to.
I know that. I know there's the the shadow roll thing that goes like over like underneath the eyes. I remember that because one of the Umas I pulled, Narita Brian, was like the shadow roll monster, something like that, and was like the horse afraid of his own shadow, but was like an absolute beast.
Poor Flapjack can't swim. I hope Flapjack can't swim, because if Flapjack shares the not swimming reasons with cows, she's other problems. Cows don't... Okay, hi, do you want to know about cow anatomy? Cows don't have sphincters on their ass.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you submerge them in water...
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Each day I learn some more.
See? I don't even know why wild. I know that, but that is a cow fact. That's what cows get. I mean, they technically have the muscles to swim, but yeah.
Well, now I have the knowledge.
Okay, but if King Halo is your favorite, who's your least favorite? And why? And is it for reasons of gameplay or petty character shit?
Okay, so this is not a least favorite character, but it is a character that is annoying me recently, despite the fact that I really love them. I need to ask Rice Shower to stop showing up in my polls. Thank you. There's been free polls going on because of the anniversary. I've done like 5 or 6 like 10 scouts, and I got 2 copies of Rice Shower and no other 3 stars. And that would be annoying in itself because getting copies of a trainee isn't really that useful. What really pisses me off is I already had 2 copies. One of them I specifically chose at the beginning of the game because I like Rice Shower, but now she's showed up 3 times. Vodka is also one of my favorites, but I like King Halo more now. Sorry to Vodka.
Those names, and if there is a point where you just accept that those are the actual names.
Yeah, like, they're definitely named, like, weirdly so that they get bet on. Like, so they're eye-catching to get bet on. Like, I haven't read that, I just know that to be true in my heart of hearts. And the reason the names are usually, like, kind of long, or, like, multiple parts, is that, a bunch of horses usually share like part of their name, which is like their crown name, I think is what it's called, to signify sort of the owners of the horse. Like owners of certain horses will have all of the horses under them start with the same thing, even if the horses aren't related. Like,
so that reminds me of
like a bunch of Sakuras and Majoros.
That reminds me of drag houses. Like when a drag mother has, and they all have basically the same last name, but it's just a signifier of which group they belong to.
That's basically what it is, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Fun fact about vodka is that vodka doesn't have a crown name. It's just named vodka. Specifically so that the name wouldn't get diluted in its power.
Oh my god.
But like that, the lineage is, I'm pretty sure, named after alcohols. Like vodka's father is Tani no Gimlet.
Who started that? Which funny person started naming their horse after a drink, and then everyone was like, yeah, no, we have to continue that now. We have to commit to the bit. I mean, I feel some horse names also feel like the need for it to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, isn't one of them called Winning Ticket? Like, are we for real?
Winning Ticket, yeah.
Are we, like, that is just, you want that to be real.
Yeah, it's manifesting.
Yeah.
King Halo was named King because of his prestigious lineage.
Some British guy, probably. Yeah, who knows? Okay, no, but do you have an actual one horse girl that you hate?
Right.
It can be extremely petty. I honestly prefer extremely petty.
I wasn't a big fan of Maya no Top Gun at first, but that's because I was sort of blindsided by her personality. She is inspired. She was named after Top Gun, so her outfit is like this flight jacket, which I think looks really cool. But the Uma's personality is very like anime little sister coded. And her whole thing is like wanting to be a grown up, but like she's very clearly not.
That is a weird combination of things.
Yeah, the character concept has grown on me at first, but it's it is sort of was a learning pain because that was the second career I did after vodka, and she has a thing where she's it's hard to describe because she's constantly trying to like ask the trainer out on a date, but it's very clear in the text that she doesn't actually want that and isn't actually hitting on you. She has just sort of learned that, like, you know, that's what adults do is they go on dates, and so she's constantly asking for dates but doesn't really know what they are. And to be fair, the trainer does your trainer character makes their boundaries very clear in that, and that is very appreciated because it could have gone very bad places. I'm glad they did it.
I just looked her up with how her she looks very young.
She's very little sister coded. Yes. Yeah. There are. It's very. Mileage may vary on whether the Uma's career is like sort of fan servicey or not in that sort of way. Like there are some like trainee storylines where it's like, oh yeah, you can easily read this as like fan servicey romantic type things. And then there are some that are like, yeah, this is a strictly professional situation. It sort of depends on the character.
But it's also nice that you have that there are the options for that. And there is a range there.
Yeah, for sure. And then for gameplay reasons, Gold Ship annoys me because Gold Ship is really good. And then Christmas Ogre Cap, like specifically the Christmas variant of Ogre Cap, is completely busted. And it was like the meta pick that people picked up. And if you run it, I think you're a coward.
Okay, shots fired. Shots fired, everyone. Holy shit, that's... Okay. Someone somewhere was just like, what the fuck?
One of my favorite things in the world is that Christmas Ogre is really good, but you do have to build her in a specific way to be good. So it was really funny when I entered the Champions Meet, that released right after Christmas Ogre, and I would just look at people's Christmas Ogre builds, and I'm like, oh, you didn't know what you were doing? You didn't know what you were doing? You knew what you were doing. Fuck, I'm dead. You did not know what you were doing.
I don't like Twin Turbo purely because how radiant her hair. What?
That is a very valid take. Yeah, Twin Turbo Uma Musume is
okay,
a very techno color. That horse was fucking crazy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I get.
Yeah, that was a gremlin horse. That was a horse that ran at full speed no matter the race length.
She looks like damn. I don't know why, because that character's hair is not that blue, but I looked at her and I was like, this gives me a bit of Netere Haro from My Hero Academia, one of the top 3. I don't know, look at this, I'm
it's
like...
a little sister.
Kinda. In a weird way. And I can't explain why. But I get it. That is. I think it's not only because the hair is blue, but it gets like turquoise in the ends. That's a VTuber, aren't they all? Aren't they
Twin
all?
Turbo design is a little VTuber coded. Oh, I also don't quite care for Winning Ticket. I haven't done her career because I did like half of it, and then I was like.
Okay, I will now open the page.
She needs an ADHD diagnosis and prescription. And I'm too medicated for her career story.
I'm honestly okay. I just actually now opened the website and the characters page. This is how far we got, people, in 2 hours. I am surprised how quote unquote normal most of them look. Like hair colors, eye colors.
Well, because most of the hair colors are just inspired by the color
horses.
The horse was.
I assumed as much, but still, I'm surprised that they actually look like, well, regular girls. Yeah, then you have Twin Turbo. That is so fucking funny. That is really funny because otherwise, you don't have much outliers.
Yeah, they do usually have very normal hair colors for the most part.
Seon Sky. Well, that's green. That's a pastel green.
Yeah.
But it's so pastel that it still kind of works.
Saiyan Sky is really good too. Saiyan Sky is a meta Uma, but like I think she's honorable.
Okay, what question? When do we get a Uma Musume Horse Girls tier list stream from you?
Oh God. I mean, there are people way more knowledgeable about that than me, but like.
Tier list is not about knowledge. A tier list is about opinion.
Oh, about opinion? Oh.
I don't even care what the categories are. I just think that would be funny.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually did do a tier list for myself, which was going through the entire cast and seeing who I wanted to pull for in the future. There are some in the future that I know I definitely want to be prepared for. You know. And I am prepared. I will prepare myself to get those characters. And then there are some where it's like, if I get lucky on the ones I want, then I can get these ones as well.
I also just looked at them, and 2 of them, I'm like, actually design-wise, like, I think I like you.
Which ones?
It's Air Groove. I don't know.
Air Groove's fun.
I don't know. I like her design. It sounds like an interesting attitude.
Yeah. She's the vice president of the student council.
Yeah, she looks a bit annoying, honestly.
She's actually cool because like you you start the career and usually, you know, it's a gacha game. These characters are usually pretty nice to you. And Air Group does warm up to you, but at the start of her career, she's like, "Hey, can you lock the fuck in?" Like, I get that you trainers can just like, you know, you train a horse and then you train another one and it's whatever. But like, this is my one shot, and I am the vice president of this academy. I need this to go well for me, and I will not tolerate you slacking. Cool.
That is, honestly, that is so autistic coded. That is insane. I love that. That makes just complete sense. And she's like, okay, real talk, my guy. Also, you know, for the sake of, because she's different, Nakayama. She wears a beanie. She wears a beanie.
Okay. Nakayama Festa is my #1 Uma that I'm saving for. That's actually crazy that you said that. Yeah. Nakayama Festa is another horse that I really like. She is definitely in my top 5. She's not like playable yet, but she's becoming playable this summer. Okay. She's really cool. Her whole thing is like gambling. She's like a gambler and a risk taker.
Yeah, she looks because like one of the major
G1s. Yeah, one of the major G1s that horse won was like he was like 11th favorite out of 18 or something, and he won.
I just like, honestly, just for sake that everyone has like a really nice accessorized hairstyle and she wears a beanie with the holes for the ears. Incredible. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Like, I think in one of her alt outfits, she doesn't have the beanie, but like in her casual like outfits and all that stuff, she keeps it on.
I also love that it looks so weird with her uniform. Like the standard uniform, it makes. I love that. This is what I'm here for. This is the characters I want.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell by my whole everything, I'm very into those like cooler like sort of punk like aesthetics in terms of design.
Let me actually move you. People can see your outfit.
Oh yeah, I can also
love
this guy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah,
who would have thought? I'm still by the way laughing about that you sent me PNG and Discord fucking decided to zoom in the middle. That happened. Jesus, that happened.
Yeah. No, when I send the PNGs of my full outfit, it does zoom in right on there.
Autocrop decided, I
pulled for the Kita-san Black support card. I have Max Limit Break Kita-san Black support card. I don't have the actual like raceable unit. I've just been doing the free pulls on her, and that was where I got the aforementioned 2 copies of Rice Shower instead of anyone new.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. I'm out of questions, actually. I worked through my list.
Thanks for the free points, Awashi. Thanks for giving me points from borrowing my support card. Yeah, there's like 6 cards to a deck, but 1 slot is your borrow slot that you can borrow a card from your friends list. Yeah, so if you're friends with me and you need Kita-san Black, and if you don't have Kita-san Black, you need to borrow Kita-san Black. You should use mine, teehee, so I get tiny little points that I can use to buy things.
You could have made this so selfless, but you decided to be just honest and go like, nah, I get shit from it.
Yeah, because like a bunch of people have Max Limit Break Kita-san. It was like every Uma YouTuber was like, you need to Max Limit Break this card. You need to Max Limit Break this card. If you want to be competitively viable, you need to Max Limit Break this card. So a lot of people have it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the thing is like, it's so good and you can borrow it. But if you have your own copy, then you can borrow the more niche cards that the whales get. Like, I have a bunch of, like, actual friends on my friends list, and then there's just, like, whales I find online who have, like, Max Limit Break of all these cards that I need to borrow, and I'm like, thanks, man.
Hey, if the system works, it works.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Over 2.5 hours, and I have so much information now in my head. This is insane.
Given the horse lore. You've been given the horse lore.
I now will, if someone will ever stream that again, because that's also funny. A lot of people started it, and then it was gone in the next month. We love streaming matter. But
cowards. Well, no, it was people who like have better things to do with their time, and now it's just the serious gotcha heads that remain.
Yeah. I think I have 2 people in my usual inboxes and timeline who still play it regularly. But hey, if they play it again, I can now actually go into that stream and be like, I have an idea what's happening.
Yeah, you're not completely like lost in what's happening.
Because this is probably one of the reasons I never watched a full stream, because I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. No one's explaining to me what's happening. I'm out.
Well, don't worry, because they're probably running Make a New Track, or Track Blazer is the EN name, which is what like the newest scenario. And that scenario is a fucking beast. I think it's really fun, but it also is hell, because you get like an item shop where you buy different like items mid-career, and they give you like bonus stats and stuff. And there's whole videos on like how to make your race schedule, what items are better than others. It's like a game within a game now. One of the things that I put on the like terrifying slide, top right, was a race schedule for Track Blazer. With this YouTuber saying run at least 30 races or more.
Sure.
Which is which is a lot. It's a long scenario too. If anyone gets into Umusume like now, I recommend not starting with the Track Blazer scenario. Just go to URA Finale, learn the game, and then you can go into hell.
If you start now, slide in Wott's DM and get the beginner's guide.
Yeah, I can tell. Honestly, if you couldn't tell by this entire stream, I do love yapping about my hyperfixations and character builds and stuff. So.
What? On this show?
What? That's crazy.
If you start now, cry because you have so much to catch up.
Well, there's free pulls right now. And the thing is, like, cards will come in and out of fashion, so, like, you're never too far behind.
Also, hey, if you really want it, you can do it so fast. Just ignore everything else in your life.
Yeah, just no life it. And, you won't have max limit break Kitasan Black, but that's okay because you can borrow mine. So you can borrow my Kitasan Black.
And then you won, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Hi, Livy. It's only the first anniversary. Jesus. Okay, that.
Yeah. For the global release, yeah. And it technically hasn't even been a year because we're on an accelerated release schedule, I believe. Yeah, it's like the events and the banners and stuff are like slightly accelerated with the goal of one day catching up to the Japanese server, which will not happen for years, but that is why it's slightly faster.
It's still insane because it feels to me like it was ages ago when it was the rage. What do you mean a year?
Time isn't real. Yeah. Yeah, game released in 2021 in JP, and then global was last year.
Damn.
Time flies.
Yeah, also, what were the last years?
No. Here's the thing, Platt, is that's not the case, actually, because, and it's actually really interesting, and my boy Charles from Victoria Frontier was, like, so excited when he found out that he's my go-to, for, meta information, Victoria Frontier, is that they released a couple balance patches earlier than they were intended, in the timeline. So we got balance patches during scenarios where they never had that balance patch, and it did change the meta. It genuinely warped the meta, so that people were like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the best Uma in the game. It's like, this Uma is still good, but the gap has slightly changed. I'm personally hoping for them to release evolved skills early because that nerfs Christmas Ogre Cap. And I want her dead.
Words.
Yeah, it's a disruption in the timeline. No, we have entered a I'm not sure how equal it is now, because I haven't been paying attention too much to that, but the timeline has diverged for global, and that's very interesting. The actual like banners and scenario releases are still the same, which is good. One of my favorite things about playing global releases of gacha games is knowing the banners in advance.
That makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, it's helpful for planning. But the actual like meta has shifted.
Oh. It's also insane to me that it took 4 years from JP to global.
Yeah, I was aware of Uma Musume before, but it was one of those things where it's like it doesn't have a global release, and that's a lot of information to learn, as well as like trying to translate it. Because I have played various gacha games in Japanese, but it is harder. You have to look up a bunch more because you can't fucking read it.
Maybe I'll get Uma Musume. This is
into hell.
Hey, I got Monster Hunter Wild after the Monster Hunter episode. It's I won't get Uma Musume, but you guys now have to. So someone got baited.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't yapping here for nothing.
Yeah.
At the very least, like, you know, you're aware of Uma Musume now. What's going on? You can watch the anime.
Someone has to get cursed now and get sucked into the abyss. Like, come on. Someone has to be the sacrifice, so...
For sure. Yeah, even if you don't like gacha games, and I think that's so fair, the anime for Uma Musume is really good.
Honestly, I might.
If you like shonen sports anime that's hype and vibes, like, you will like Uma Musume, because it is basically like a
thinking about how many sports anime I actually watched. Not many, but I kind of like them.
Also, reminder that all of you do need to listen to Miss Victoria. It's really fucking good.
You'll do that after stream immediately. That's
after
like
stream.
Your first order is okay. Well, after stream, you stay for the raid. You be nice to the person we raid, and then you listen to that. That's the order. I already escaped. I ain't going back. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I must resist the propaganda. No, this is what we're here for. But
come on.
Geez, almost 3 hours. I did not think that. Oof. Instructions unclear. I'm now singing horse. Yeah, that makes
sense. Detroit become Uma.
I did not think we would yap almost 3 hours about this. But here we go. This is the magic of Hydrafixation. That being said,
I'm not too surprised. I know my power.
Wow. Okay. Cool. I inhaled to be nice to you. I think I'll rethink that. No, but do you have anything to advertise, to plug, to? I mean, people follow what? This is like the least you can do is follow my guests. That's what we're here for. But do you have anything to advertise for the future?
So my regular stream time here on Twitch, well, I shouldn't say here because you're simulcasting it, the VOD. VOD, sorry. But I stream, I'm getting back to it. I've been on a bit of a hiatus, but I'm going to get back to streaming every Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST, which I know is a bad time for some people. I plan to have stream times at more, perhaps EU-friendly times. But you know, follow my Twitch for that. You can join my Discord for notifications about that. It's a pretty, what I call a low commitment Discord. I don't have a lot of pings and alerts and a bunch of shit. It's just a place for me to talk to people and hang and ping them when I need to announce something. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky. All of it is at The Way of the Wott. And not to be a big news coming soon, motherfucker, but I do have some scripted YouTube things in the works. No promises to when those come out.
Let's go.
Now that I said it, I
now
now
you have to
do it.
Yeah. Peer pressure, public pressure is a good thing.
Absolutely. And yes, I talk a lot about different gacha games I've played. I talk a lot about tabletop RPGs. It's not going on right now because our GM is on a hiatus, but I do play in a TTRPG campaign every other Saturday, usually, in the Fabula Ultima system. It is the 4th campaign that I've been running with the same group, and it's always a very fun time. My character is Pyrite, who is a arcane hacker, who's very cool and definitely not a nerd. And it's a fun time. So yeah, follow me places.
Do it now. I will ban you from the tavern.
They'll do it. They're crazy.
Maybe a bit.
Just slightly.
That being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow an hour earlier than today, because I'm starting to play Split Fiction with Mizu. That's gonna be interesting. Let's see how that goes. Also, you can find my What's on YouTube. You can find me on socials. I have a Discord. If you join the Discord, you can join my Minecraft server soon-ish, because we're not that far off from actually opening that one up. Also, guys, if you stay around, I will have my 2.0 in July. I will get a full body, and it will look very much not cute. You're getting more. We're stepping a bit more into the monster direction with this.
This isn't even your final form.
Not at all. Not at all. That's gonna be insane, honestly. Also, thanks to my donathon, I have a shit ton of streams I have to do. Elden Ring, Mario Kaizo, Minecraft streams. I have to do one karaoke. Well, technically, I said while on the donathon, if I reach 500, there will be a karaoke. Maybe I still am nice and do a second karaoke for you guys. I also need to make a spicy ramen stream. I fucked myself with that. But hey, hey, that's what we're here for. That. Well, now the big question is, who are we raiding into?
Right, let me see who I have on my list here that we can raid into.
I already saw there a lot of people.
I do have a bunch of people, just a matter of if they are people I know. Let me take a look. Oh, you know what? One of my friends is streaming Pokopia right now, and I need to live vicariously through people playing Pokopia because I don't have a Switch too.
Sure. Give me the name.
There is. I gave you the link.
That profile picture already sends me. That's a banger.
Yeah. No, Leah's a good friend. I've been in her streams for a long time. She's very cool. She's very neat. And looks like she's decorating. Her stream title is I'm not addicted, you're addicted. I think that says a lot.
I think that fits really well in today's theme.
Yeah,
in all honesty, I think that's really cool. But yeah, then we'll do that. I will start the raid. Thank you for joining me and yapping.
Yes, thank you for having me on.
I learned things. I'm now more knowledgeable. I am more powerful. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Other than that, have a good one. And I think we're out. You wish a happy snack raid. You know how this works. Right. Also, thank you for the 500. We're at 500 now.
Yippee!
Ah! That's also insane.
Did it.
I did it! Now 1,000, guys. Hooray. Give me 500 more. Okay, guys.
Let's go more.
I'm
Goodbye.
out. See you. Bye-bye.
Farewell.